Number 2, men on.
That's us.
Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Let's go.
And in the on-deck circle,
Steve Palmisano.
This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Mike's hot.
And also Steve Palmisano. The boys are live at the Duke store. Oh, wait, I forgot to do my thing. It's Wednesday, Albuquerque. You know what that means?
Okay, now say the other part.
That means Steve Palmisano's here because he owns the Duke store, and we're at the Duke store, and we're going to do the show from the Duke store. We're going to be on live from the Duke store until 7 o'clock tonight. Steve Palmisano put it on his headphones late as he put it on backwards because it's his first time.
Yes,
Just,
awesome. I'm wearing my second favorite Duke shirt today.
That's your friend. That's the one you wear to church, not the one you wear to weddings.
Did you say it was Tuesday, everybody?
It's Wednesday. It's a Wednesday because we are at the Duke store, which is the new day that we're coming to the Duke store because we think we exhausted the Tuesday audience. What was our thought process?
Wore them out.
What were we thinking here? Steve Palmisano, you look fired up on the phone. Can you bring that energy to the show?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
You going to fist fight someone? What's up?
Just looking for a delivery. Nobody seems to know where the box is.
FedEx, how about slap, slap, slap?
Not FedEx.
Oh, okay, that's the one I usually fight with.
They do a good job. UPS does a good job. It's a
USPS?
alternative. No.
DHL?
Ooh.
No.
I'm running out of.
Dang, that's all I know.
Yeah, if there's other ones, I don't know those ones. He said, "Hey, he's talking about bootlegging."
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you just got a guy out in the
Got a
streets
guy.
doing
Yeah,
it?
got a.
Like in an old beat up Camry, out here doing it?
Send them to Phoenix, pick up the gear, bring
Yeah.
it back.
Oh, he didn't make it across state lines, huh?
Hey, where are you?
What else you selling here at the Duke store?
You're talking about Uber Sheets?
Close.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, the door apparel. I blew that one. That one's
It's
so
hot.
God,
It's hot inside and outside.
You were fired up before the program started. Welcome to it. Congratulations to the American League All-Star team who beat the Phillies yesterday. That was awesome.
Beat the Dodger?
I didn't even know who was playing. They all just said American League and National League. I didn't get
They had
those.
36 new All-Stars. What?
It's changing.
Was their name on the back of the jerseys?
Yes. And I only knew that because I saw Otani around the bases. I saw,
Okay. Yeah,
saw on
that's
the
right.
backside.
Yep.
It was a pretty good little All-Star game, I guess.
I didn't see a lot of it.
You were
but
busy. Yeah, we'll talk about that. You went to the TBT play-in game last
No,
night?
it was an exhibition game.
Oh, okay.
UNM alumni versus the Enchantment.
Okay, who's the standout guy for the Enchantment?
Enchantment?
J.R. Giddens? How's he doing?
I don't know.
Wasn't
I
out
don't know
there?
if I saw him.
Yeah, might not.
Did J.R. Giddens win the dunk contest
I
again?
didn't
question.
make it to the dunk contest.
Oh.
I went to just the game.
He retired?
I recognized Bryce Alford.
Okay.
Seems like a nice kid.
He stood out.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Came
Yeah.
up a little short on some jumpers, but he looked good.
How did
He'll be
a
ready.
friend of the show, Devin Williams, do? Did he get some buckets?
Yeah,
I
how
think
did
he
he do?
did. Yeah, he's a big guy.
He is good.
Yeah, he's
He's a
heckin'
big-
nice.
He is good at basketball.
All right, so I'm looking at
and
this
a
here.
better
There
person.
was somebody named Gronk that did not play at UNM. He had a decent game.
Are you talking
Okay.
about Joey Brunk?
Could have been. I thought it said Gronk.
Anthony Mathis is on the
Mathis was there.
team. Was
had
he
some-
pretty good? He's
he had
pretty
some
good.
buckets.
Yeah. Brandon Mason did not play. I think he's GMing. Bryce Alford. Here we go.
Yeah.
Did he hit any shots? Was he close to the rim?
Yes.
Jumping. Never got near it.
Shoot.
Didn't even
No,
go-
no,
didn't even
he
go
stayed
near
on the outside.
Christian Cunningham, I'm not overly familiar with. Played at Jacksonville State. Looks like a player. Isaac Mushila, I don't know him either. He played in New Mexico. He was a
I
local.
think so. Yep.
Yeah. Jacob Wiley played at Eastern Washington, so that's a world beater university out there. Joey Brunk, who you mentioned, the center from Butler, Indiana, and Ohio State. With the transfer portal,
He's a big dude.
you can pretty much go to 5 colleges.
Yeah, one a year.
Yeah, you get one a year. Yeah, get one a year.
And then whenever the next COVID happens, you get to add a couple extra years.
Did they let Kenny Thomas play or just only coach?
He did not dress out.
I mean, I'm sure he dressed
He
out
was
in
on
some
the bench.
nice athletic
I think he had
slacks.
shorts on.
Probably a stretch button up. Oh, he's in shorts?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Was Udezi out there or no?
Yes,
That's awesome.
I think he was there.
Roman Martinez,
He was
Scott
there.
Bamforth, and Troy Simmons. And then, as Van mentioned, our very good friend Devin Williams, part of that squad too. And so they played the UNM alum.
Yep.
Did they win?
Yes.
Was it handedly?
No, they they played the first 72.
Of
And
course,
they- and
yeah.
it came
Classic
down to-
TBT rules.
Yeah, it came down to 71-70, I think.
Oh, that's
And
as
they won-
exciting as it gets.
They won 73-70.
How many people were out there?
Fair amount.
Yeah, like a lot.
Yeah.
Half a pit, 3/4 pit.
Some pit.
Oh,
you got
this
to
phone call.
Yeah, take that phone call
Yeah, I'm
right
sorry.
now. I'm
Okay.
very excited about this. So Steve's about to yell at a vendor.
Can we put him on air? Can we do this on air? Is
Legally,
this-
you cannot.
ask him
That's not a
for
thing.
permission.
No, I missed it.
They hung up on you.
No.
Oh no, that's gonna be a sweet
It's a whole
voicemail.
ordeal now. Sorry, Mr. Paul Masano. Your delivery will not be in time for the. I'm going to assume this is the roller derby girl stuff.
Exactly.
Yep. Your delivery is not going to be in time for Albuquerque Roller Derby this Saturday over at the Expo. By the way, $10 parking over at the Expo. That's a car full, and you can get into roller derby tickets at the door.
I'm fairly confident that I'll have them by Saturday, but I promised them by today.
Like EOB today.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a
So,
tough one.
Are they
hopefully-
swinging by here while we're on the program?
This is a great question.
Well,
Well,
some of the-
hopefully they're listening and they can understand how things go sometimes.
I mean, the roller derby girls are a little spicy.
yeah.
They
so-
you got to have a little attitude to do that in the first place.
You have to use their terminology. It's just be like, listen, Sandmar was a row blocker here.
Okay.
And then that will,
yeah.
they'll be like, oh, we get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't. Please
I'll
explain.
try that.
There are certain job titles, and
Oh, it's like the rugby stuff that I don't know about.
it is
Okay.
a lot like the rugby stuff that you don't know about.
So, I'm confident I'll have them ready for them. It's just a little,
It's a process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
got to work through it.
Yeah. Because you make apparel.
Right.
Here at the Albuquerque Duke Store, where if you come in today before, 6 would be best, but 7 o'clock, mention Van's name, 10% off your purchase at the Albuquerque Duke Store. It looks like you were able to replenish the shelf some after your success at Albuquerque Duke's Night over at Isotopes Park. But you got a bunch of new apparel from the way I'm looking at it, and come and get that. That's the deal.
Yeah. For sure. Always.
Love it.
We got more hats than we've ever had before. I think I mentioned that. But they keep coming in. New styles.
Heads up. More
New
hats.
hats.
Yeah.
Hats.
All right. So
Dope hats. I like the gray fuzzy fitted.
ooh, what is that? Like a hunting
It's
one?
got like a gray on gray kind of monochrome thing.
Do you have one where
I haven't either that's new
It's new.
or I've never noticed it. It is new.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are sweet. Come down here and get those now.
Do you have one where there's like a white bandage hanging down from the side to cover your ear?
Uh, hey, Zay, what's going on?
How you doing, Steve?
Got Zay the Pop back at the studio.
Nice.
You have that one?
It's on its way.
Yeah.
They couldn't turn it around that quick.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Same delivery.
Same delivery
Yeah.
company.
Yes. That sucks. That's the worst. So, yeah. So I saw on social media last night, there were a bunch of people at the pit.
Yeah, it was a pretty good crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like more than a couple hundred,
Oh yeah.
more than 1,000,
Yes.
more than 2,000. Maybe. All right. So we're in the several thousand mix.
I didn't hear the official attendance
Okay.
announcement.
505-246-0610. Eddie, text us. What was the
Yeah. Just let us know.
what was the official attendance?
You know, hit the personal.
also you have my number.
Also, I
You
don't
have
think
my
he's
number.
super involved in that, so I feel like he probably doesn't know.
Oh, he might have took the day off,
I
right?
saw a few UNM folks there.
Just hanging
Like-
out.
Admin. Yeah.
Security.
Yeah. I saw Van Tate there.
Very nice guy.
Ooh.
Always good to see Van.
Yeah.
That's a good van
if you're
right
gonna
there.
pick one,
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, it goes in this order: Van Tate, Astro Van, Vandemonium, Van Nunley.
I just know the top three.
I mean, it's an honor just to be nominated, really.
You're not,
No.
not nominated at all. Also, last night at the pit, everything I saw on social media said there was only one bathroom open and one concession stand open, and I don't think I get this approach from the pit. Like, I don't want to walk around the entire building to use the potty.
They want you to be social, get to know each other.
Yeah, that's it.
Was the one concession open? Our friends at Teller Vodka, because that's the right one.
That
to
would
have
be the
open.
one to
That's
pick
the
if you're
good
going to
one.
pick one.
I was on the east side concourse, kind of up in that area.
Okay.
Didn't see anything.
Didn't know we were
over
having a
the-
race war here. What side were you on?
The east side.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought you said something else.
Yeah, that's the one Prop Joe represented in The Wire. He's the East Sider. Avon Barksdale, of course, we all know was on the West Side.
If Joe is an East Sider, then I think I'm a Trump guy.
I was on the chairback side. Does that give you better? Is that okay?
Yes, that helps me a lot, actually.
But no concessions open over there. Shockingly.
So Lobo fan got their steps in.
yes.
They got their steps in last
if they
night.
wanted a drink or something to eat.
All
not
social
just-
media I read said, eat a Subway sandwich in the parking lot before you get here because you'll miss the game. You'll be
Lobo-
waiting.
The Lobo Den was open.
Yes, of course it was.
They got a lot of stuff in there.
So is Team Enchantment going to be big winners at the regional in Boise or Houston?
I think they need to get their shots up in practice.
Yeah,
And then I'm sure they'll gel by the time they need to.
that's the thing you're sure of.
I mean, Kenny is going to have them working. I'm
How
sure.
is that audience though? Was it like one eye on the game, one eye on the RNC? Like it was it that kind of audience?
Yeah.
They showed it on one side.
Yeah.
Of the, I think on the west side is where they showed the.
Oh yeah, the
the
Donald
the
side.
east side.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the Joe
Yeah.
side.
No, it was the north
The
side.
Joe side.
Yeah, just get a little confused on which side is what
Just
side.
during the free throws is when they threw it up there.
Last night's All-Star game was not one for the ages, so we'll talk about that whenever we get back. There were too many new guys.
Sports fan, passive sports fan, probably didn't know a lot of those
No.
people not named Bryce Harper or Shohei Ohtani.
I need old guard.
I'm into the new guys. I like the young blood.
Sure, I like them too, but if you're going to make a
Oh.
Ryder Cup team that doesn't have Phil Mickelson, I'm not interested.
Oh, he ain't going to make it.
Whenever we get back from the break, more from the Albuquerque Duke store. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Clear.
All right, traffic right now, northbound I-25 remains shut down.
I'm putting out an APB. I'm putting out an all patrol button. What's APB stand for?
I think it's APV.
What is that?
All patrol vehicles.
Yeah, I'm putting out a APC,
Okay.
all patrol commenters. I need to find any person on the face of this earth who knows who Jaron Duran is,
Oh,
the MVP of last night's All-Star game.
young stud. He is crushing it this year for the Red Sox.
Who? Yeah. Who?
Boston Red Sox.
Would you put him in a list of these Boston Red Sox? Carl Yastrzemski, Roger Clemens, Pedro Martinez, J.D. Drew?
Well, this is his second year in Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
He has a 5 WAR in the first half of the season, which is very good.
Okay, thank you
it's
for that
very
further,
good.
Yeah,
He's
explanation.
hitting 284, 342 on base percentage. Kid's a stud.
I liked his interview at the end.
What did he say?
22 steals.
Well, one, he never looked up. He just looked down. He didn't look into the camera. He was either
He has
really
imposter
humble
syndrome.
or he's just, just shy.
Autist, maybe?
And he said, I just want to go hang out with those guys in the locker room, even though they're on opposing teams and teams we're going to battle against. I just want to hang out with them because they're really good dudes. So that was cool.
So did fans vote for this?
Correct.
I'm sorry. Is my microphone working?
'Cause-
No comment on that.
Because Mike Trout
Who?
finished in the All-Star game MVP votes.
He did?
Yeah.
Of course he did.
He's not an MVP.
That's
He's not even an All-Star.
he wasn't there.
What did Ohtani end up?
Good question.
Because, he hit the home run that
Won the game.
pretty much.
The American League always wins the game.
10 out of 11 years.
And
They
before
are
that,
owning the senior circuit.
I think before that they won it 13 years in a row, but did lose like 3 years in a row.
Mhm.
So I think out of the last 30, they're like 25-5.
They're dominating the National League since they quit allowing the National League to use steroids.
Speaking of Shohei, just imagine in Shohei's shoes, right? Everyone is referring to him as the greatest, and you then go to the All-Star game where all of the best players are present,
He's not even
and
the
then
best
you
one.
go out there and then showcase why you have the hype that you're getting, and you just go smack a homer in front of everybody at the All-Star game.
Yeah, but you didn't
The
win MVP.
winning homer, the MVP. Kid's a stud.
and
there's
he's
only-
definitely the best one.
He didn't win the
Right?
MVP, right? I mean, he's not the best one.
I don't know if that's how that works. It should work like that, but unfortunately,
They said
over
the
the years,
most valuable player was Jaron Duran.
Who hit the winning home run? He deserved it. He
They
showed.
couldn't have got there without the back of the actual best player, Shohei Ohtani, who is now a slub.
Who was in the opposing team? He's on the other league.
Wow.
He was Sharon Duran's opposition.
Just saying it.
If you're going by WAR, which I do, there's only 11 players better than Jaron Duran in baseball this year. Aaron Judge, Gunnar Henderson, Bobby Witt Jr., Juan Soto, Shohei Ohtani, Ellie De La Cruz, Bryce Harper, Francisco Lindor, Ketel Marte, and also out of nowhere upstart Garrett Crochet.
so Ellie's not falling off. He's cost me a lot of money.
He's hit
on
or
Prize
miss.
Picks. His hitting has been terrible, hasn't it?
Why did Logan Webb give
Just
up?
the days you put him in your lineup.
Yeah, we'll get to that luck
Hey,
later.
you please start letting us know days you pick him, so we can pick him on days you don't. Also,
yeah, that's a real thing.
why does Logan Webb hate Shohei Ohtani? Why did Logan Webb give up 3 runs so that Ohtani wouldn't get the All-Star Game MVP? This is real. This is a conspiracy that I'm starting.
Okay. I'm not against it. I mean, they gave Shohei Ohtani his due, like a 2-0 fastball right down the middle of the plate.
Statistically, it looks like this cat, Jaron Duran, is the 19th best outfielder in the American League.
That's not true whatsoever.
Just looking at the numbers.
Okay, I got the numbers right
He
here,
plays for the Red Sox.
and he is the 12th best player in baseball. Period.
There are 6 teams worth of outfielders better than him.
None of that's true. What are you looking at?
I'm mostly taking a guess that he plays outfield
Mhm.
because I don't know who this individual is.
He's a center fielder.
There was the most of that position. That's why I picked that one, Steve.
There's a lot of people on the Red Sox. People don't know.
Young, scrappy white guys? What's
No,
Jaron
no.
Duran?
He's not.
You little
white.
mixy boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Steve said he's not white.
I don't know what I don't know, boys. That's what I'm trying to say. I had never heard of Jaron Duran. I was at Sushan's last night watching the game,
Yeah.
and I was like, Sushan, who's Jaron Duran? And he goes, like the pharmacy? Who?
You're talking about Albuquerque legendary restaurant Duran Central Pharmacy.
Yes.
That was a Huevos Rancheros joke. I'm kind of proud of you right now,
Not
Fred.
even
Not gonna lie.
That was weak.
Sushan, he put his little setup on Instagram. So you must have been watching in a very comfortable setting, Fred.
Sushan
Mr.
goes
Josh.
pretty hard every year for the All-Star game.
He's
Because
got a
it's
nice
like one
little
of his
setup.
only days off all year that's not a Monday.
Yeah, but he's so anxiety ridden that he just cleans the whole time you're there.
Yeah.
He doesn't
I
need to
could
like
see
hang
it.
out.
He doesn't watch the game. He just
No.
cleans up after Fred.
Do you guys listen to it on the radio or was there a TV?
No, there was a TV, but what I would do is, so my lady brought Taco Bells, and then I would crunchle up some of the Taco Bell shell in my hand, and I would sprinkle it on like his couch and stuff, and then he would have to get out the to get it. But I did it a lot.
Yeah, your timing was impeccable because you did it right before Shohei's homer and Jaron Duran's homer, so no one heard it.
Yeah, no one was there because
Yeah.
it was
They only
Whose homer went the furthest?
in my
Shohei's wasn't
heart.
that far,
Shohei's
Yeah, I think it's Shohei.
in my heart.
So definitely should have been the MVP.
There was a lot of really bad production with this thing last night, including Big Papi talking to Major League
Oh.
Baseball players. I know you hate him because you're a Yankees fan. I think I also hate him because I'm a fan of talent.
I like Big Papi. I like the energy he brings to a game. It's just like he's so fun-loving and happy-go-lucky, just like a big Dominican doofus. You gotta love him. Also, he just started interviewing players in Spanish, which is kind of sweet.
Like on the English channel?
Correct. On Fox, the one that's just flying through the air for free. On that one,
I did recently learn though that you only like people who have been shot. So that's probably why you're a big David Ortiz guy.
is that David Ortiz? That's who you're going with? You're not going with old pillow ears 45?
Well, that's
No.
when I knew it was real for you because you love him so much now that he got shot. You also love Big Papi.
I am a big Tupac guy. Biggie and Tupac.
You have said that before.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm really not a fan of 50 Cent's music.
You hate Mini
But,
Men. Here we
him
go.
getting shot kind of turns the corner.
Now,
for him.
I read that he never got shot, but he also never denied that he got shot.
He has bullet holes visible on his
Mini
body.
Men.
I've been shot.
You hear the Trump cover, the AI version?
Can we not brush over what
Yes,
Steve
we have.
Palmisano just said?
Yeah, I heard it. I believe it. That's why he's so laid back and chill.
That's right. Just gotta
Yeah.
go with it.
Yeah.
It was a BB gun when I was like 12.
I lost a tooth to a BB gun.
Right in the
Mhm.
thigh.
This
Ouch.
this fake tooth right here, just because I didn't have one for like up until I met Scottish from over at Isham Dental.
You got shot in
turn
the
your
tooth
head
by
right
a
at the end
BB
and it
gun.
hit your tooth?
Yeah, so I actually am the playbook for Donald. So I turned my head very slightly at the end and was able to survive
3,
it.
2, 1.
I got a good question for you guys. I was cooking up yesterday with some of
Well,
my buddies.
Can you save it until
Yes.
4:45? Because
4:45.
yeah, because when we get back from the break, David Weesey Carl is going to join us.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah, we're going to talk about what's going on with
Wasn't
United.
aware of that.
Okay, cool.
Is this a problem, Steve?
I just
Seems like invite
People are just
everybody into
throwing
my
stuff
house.
at me
Uh,
at the last minute.
Invite everybody into my
All
house.
it's just one thing you have to do.
So what is the
you
one
have,
thing delivered
you have
t-shirts?
co-branded United
Keep
merch
me
here. What are you doing?
abreast of the situation.
Just put you in the loop, huh? That's what you need.
I just need the
Because I
situation.
did not know that.
Yeah. Did you know, Zay?
I did not. I
Steve-
never do.
Steve
Yeah.
sent me a video this
It's
morning.
because we're Cowboys fans
It is. That's a big part of it.
and we're Yankees fans.
Steve sent
Yes.
me a video. I can't believe that you two are so unique in your fandom of those two teams. Steve sent me a video this
And
morning.
the Lakers and Duke basketball
yeah, of
and Notre
course.
Dame
Yep.
football.
No, wrong.
Oh yeah,
And
Oregon.
That's
and
where
the,
we
the
split.
Beatles
I like the Beatles. I love the Beatles.
and
Yeah.
Taco Tuesday.
Uh,
you thought Johnny Carson was the
And
best Tonight
Swift.
show host.
Yeah, for sure. Uh-huh.
And it's so crazy how much you like baseball before
Yes.
1942.
Johnny. I just want, individual uniforms. Is that too much to ask for?
No, it's the
Oh, I'm
God
super into
dang.
that. Yeah,
God,
Steve's
it's
right
just-
on this one.
Just wear the uniform that you play at the All-Star game that you play on. Whose idea was that?
Isaiah, Steve sent me a video this morning because
Mhm.
he's a video editor. Steve
Oh.
sent me a video this morning, and it was like the scene of the bag from American Beauty. You know what I'm talking about, floating through the air. But it was a Duke City Championship Wrestling poster that had come loose, I guess, outside of the circular of the co-op here, right in front of the Duke store, the intersection of Central and Carlisle at this. What's the name of this complex?
Yep,
Tip of my
yep.
tongue.
Knob Hill Shopping
Knob Hill
Center.
Shopping Center. So, anyways, there's just the poster floating around and around in a circle. He says, "Hey, maybe you can make this look like American Beauty."
No.
I'm like, no, I'm not
Is
gonna.
that what I said?
Well, you said to edit it into a thing.
I mean-
It was cool. It was just weird. I was like,
What you can't see out of camera is Fred laying prone right outside of the
Blowing
camera
on it.
view, just tossing it in front of your camera.
with a little, grass blower, because it came out of nowhere.
It did.
I'm like, and it flips over and it says the DCCW Duke City Wrestling poster. I'm
It's
like,
so funny.
5:23 this morning. I'm like, that Fred is something else.
Who in the Knob Hill Shopping Center ripped your poster down and threw it at Steve's store?
Haters. Duke City Championship
The
Wrestling.
Tyler Copeland?
Yeah, the infamous one. This Friday night at the historic El Rey Theaters.
Ooh.
Tickets have been a buzz. So if you want to see, all the seats actually might be gone. I'm not 100% sure. But go to dccwtickets.com. Do keep in mind that I own that. So if you buy a ticket to that, you're putting money right in Daddy's pockets, and then you're enjoying pro wrestling on a Friday night. So come and be a part. When we get back from the break, David Weesey Carl is going to join us. We're going to talk about the United. We're going to talk about him being at the Duke store and how Steve has a problem with it.
Hopefully he'll bring cookies.
He
did
does
last time.
often bring a snack.
Did last time.
Insomnia or homemade.
I think they were Rude Boy last time.
They were at, it was Doubletree Hotel.
Oh, they were
Yes.
Double Tree cookies. One of those companies you mentioned I don't work with.
Rude Boy?
I'm not going to say which one.
They have good cookies.
It's definitely not Double Tree, though. I'm a big fan.
But there are 2 trees involved.
Yeah. One is cookies.
Can I ask
blew
you
that
a
one.
question?
Oh,
did
before
you
yeah,
know-
we're only going to break.
Did you know that before I sent you the video of the poster that was happening, that Duke City Championship was happening that day?
I know
Did you know
Duke
that?
City Championship Wrestling is happening
Yeah,
this
it was-
Friday
I
night.
had no idea until I saw that poster.
You're saying this because there's not an oversized poster in your storefront window like there has historically been.
Correct.
Now, this is interesting.
Hmm.
So right before the last Duke City Championship Wrestling show, you guys may recall I was off the air for a while. My dad died.
Yeah.
So my father passed away.
Mhm.
And then obviously that news starts to spread amongst the inner circle. And Steve calls me and says, "So you're telling me that's why I don't have a poster?"
Mm.
So
Wow.
that's
Well, I mean, you make a commitment.
two and on 95.9 FM and AM 6. And David Weesey Carl of the United joins us when we get back. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Boys are live at the Albuquerque Duke store. When we're here, I feel like we're highfalutin. I feel like we're with a good quality brand. But then I remember we're slumming next to United, so David Weesey Carl came over. David, welcome.
Hello. Always happy to be here.
What's up with the soccer
That
team?
didn't sound
No,
convincing.
it didn't seem real.
That wasn't very convincing, David.
You know, Fred's on one today, I think. He told me that Steve was on one.
today.
He told me that Steve was on one, and Steve's great. Fred's on one.
Thanks, David.
And I don't feel like putting up with it, if I'm
Yeah.
being honest.
No, you're great too. Dave.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, man. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah. So anyway, all right, go ahead. United, yeah. So we're home this weekend.
That's a big deal.
We've got the what are you doing, man? This is terrible radio.
Birmingham.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, first place in the Western Conference right now, USL Championship Western Conference. We have we're 7-0-0 at home, which is undefeated. I don't know if you know that.
Perfect.
It's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
We are on the third longest home winning streak in the history of the league.
Oh.
And the second longest winning streak to start a season in the history of a league. So the Isotopes Park has become a fortress. Nobody wants to come play here, and we're going to defend it again on Saturday against Birmingham.
Are there any seats left? Because I know how it gets there.
We will certainly have over 10K. We're at the top of the league again in attendance. We're averaging about 10.6 right now. We had a Wednesday night game recently where we had over 12,000 people,
crazy.
which is unbelievable. Fans love this team. Team loves the fans. Community loves the team. It's been a blast.
The league itself is terrified of you, but other leagues are terrified of you because I saw when LA just pulled a bunch of brand new players out of nowhere to play you. What was that about?
So, yeah, they played their starting lineup, and they played their best team against us. They were playing a team in their league, in a league match
Correct.
before us, and they started 4 starters, and they started their whole starting lineup against us, which, I mean, it's a sign of respect. We take that as a sign of respect because we're a damn good team. We're a team to be reckoned with. That's the best team in the MLS.
Yes.
And we went toe-to-toe with them for 90 minutes. We didn't win, which is disappointing, but you cannot be disappointed in the effort the guys put out there. I mean, Greg Hurst, our striker, scores against Hugo Lloris, who's one of the best goalkeepers in the entire world. He's the former captain of the French national team. He's a World Cup winner, and Greg Hurst scores on this guy. I mean, not to mention the fact that we had 500-plus traveling fans. We took over a corner of the stadium. They were loud. We were loud. It was an absolute blast. It was a pleasure to be out there in the quarterfinal, and it shows what New Mexicans are made of.
Are they going to win the whole thing?
Yeah,
they are.
We're going to win the whole thing. We've this next match will put us exactly at halfway through the season. Right now, at halfway through the season, we're at 5 points clear at the top of the table with matches in hand, multiple matches in hand on second and third place. I mean, there's a long way to go, of course. We're halfway through the year, but these guys have shown consistency like we've never seen before. They've shown talent and skill. And like I said, Isotopes Park has been absolutely a fortress, and we plan to keep it that way.
Correct me if I'm wrong. We in number 1. We're playing at home all playoffs, correct?
If we finish top of the league, we are at home all playoffs.
So this is a big deal to show up and support every single home match.
100%. We've been to the playoffs in every year of our existence except one, but we've never hosted a playoff match. We've always been in the playoffs, been in kind of the bottom half, right? 1 through 4 host, 5 through 8 go on the road. So we've been in that 5 through 8 every single year. Right now, we're number 1. We need to continue that. We need to be consistent throughout the entirety of the season. And if we finish top of the league, we will host the rest of the way. That means every match is crucial.
Boom.
I'm trying to look up. All right, so when does the regular season wrap?
Wraps in October. So it's a long season. It goes March to October.
So I'm looking at that right here. So how do the playoffs work, like related to other activities at that time? So like the balloon fiesta is going on.
Yeah.
Like, is there a possibility you could be playing soccer like the same week of or parallel to the balloon fiesta? Could we talk about like the most exciting week in the history of New Mexico?
Sure. So the playoffs, I believe, would start the week after balloon fiesta finished up. So we wouldn't necessarily have to worry about kind of the cluster that would cause, but it would be pretty great for everybody to go to Balloon Fiesta, enjoy the most exciting event of the year every single year in Albuquerque, and then come to a home playoff match for New Mexico United for the very first time in history. That would be a hell of a 7 to 14 days.
All right, now hear me out. We get this stadium built by October.
Yeah.
Can it be done? I'll help.
Yeah.
I'm a handy guy.
Bring your hammer, sickle. We should be good. Yeah, should be a lot of fun.
Where are we at in that battle?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a battle.
I would. Those are
Some
my
people do.
my words, not New Mexico United.
Mine too.
It's as you guys know. I'm preaching to the choir here. It's a slow process, but the land use hearing officer heard the case last week, and should have a decision for us within 15 days of that. So what that means is if the land use hearing officer decides that the case should go forward, then it goes to city council for one final, hopefully, approval. And then if that happens, we're in pretty good shape to really push. So we're maybe on the second to last step here. We're in a good place and moving in the right direction and working collaboratively with a lot of people and a lot of organizations and to make sure that it's something that's going to be awesome for everybody.
No, I don't want to be negative.
Good. Then
Okay.
don't.
Then don't be.
Well, all right.
That was simple.
All right, little tag team there.
Okay. What's today's date? Fred's not going to
Yeah,
be negative
right.
today.
All right,
Okay,
make a
July
note.
17th.
It's first time for everything.
So
Okay.
I pay
that
closer
down.
attention than some. I can't understand any of this stuff. I'm not a dumb dude. It's made confusing on purpose, or am I projecting that? Because I don't think I
What
understand.
stuff?
So the stadium. So I don't understand what all these appeals are. I don't understand what all these questions are from the community.
Sure.
Why is there just not a we want it, let's go?
Yeah, I mean, it's important to get feedback. It's important to work collaboratively with community members and community organizations and businesses in the area and all of that. I think that's a good thing. I don't think any random organization, whether it's United or somebody from out of state, even, not somebody who's local and cares like we do, should be able to come in and just plop something down without any sort of oversight. That would be a real problem.
Good point.
So we're happy to work through the process and do it in the right way. Now, when there's just holdups for the sake of there being holdups and for delaying and obfuscating, yeah, that gets annoying. But we're going to go through the process. We have gone through the process for a couple of years now, and we're getting to a point where we're getting close to really being able to make real moves on it. So we'll do it. We'll push through it. We'll do everything that's required to do it the right way and make sure that it's a collaborative thing that everybody can be proud of.
And for the listener and friend of the show that might not know, you've already dropped a pin on a location for this thing.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Balloon Fiesta Park. But when you think Balloon Fiesta Park, you think of where the balloons go up and where
That's me. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's not in the field. It's not taking any of that space. It's up against an embankment where currently there's parking. And before you get concerned about parking spaces going away, because parking it can be an issue at Balloon Fiesta, there will actually be a net gain in parking spots when this project is done. There's a commitment to that, and we've already put locations down where parking spots will be added. So there'll actually be a net gain of parking spots. So it'll be behind high-powered power lines where balloons rarely fly, and it'll be in a place that will really improve all of Balloon Fiesta Park. That's the goal here, right? It's already happening because of this project being put in place. We're already seeing infrastructure dollars going into improved internet, improved outdoor restroom facilities, improved electricity for Vendor Row, these kinds of things that have been desperately needed at Balloon Fiesta Park for a long time.
So how big of a win would it have been for the National League All-Stars yesterday if there were less Phillies on the
Good
field?
question.
It's a good point. Bryce Harper 0 for 2, grounded into a double play, and had a loud fly out to center field. But hey, Alec Boehm had a good day. Trey Turner had a good day. Alec Boehm choked in the semifinal.
We were saying it wrong.
Well,
Boom.
How were you saying?
Alec Baum, duh.
I mean, I always
That's
thought
way
that
cooler.
it'd be real cool if you had a kid named Adam Boehm. It'd be pretty cool.
Okay.
But anyway,
Just like Steve Kerr did.
Christopher Sanchez, Phillies pitcher, had 2 pitches, got 2 outs, and then got taken out. They were really trying to get everybody in there.
They got weird there after they do 6 pitchers, and after the 6th inning does the National League, and they were what you were talking about, and the American League was like, no, we're just gonna do 1 guy an inning. This is.
I mean, I will say, if you're a pitcher for the American League and you don't get in for that, that's kind of a bummer. It's kind of a bummer.
Oh, I feel they go around the clubhouse and they're like, is anyone cool?
Not pitching.
Yeah.
And I'm just here for the snacks.
Most guys raise their
I
hand.
just wanted to meet Shohei.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 3-run bomb.
Yeah.
10 out of the last 11 All-Star games going to the AL.
Domination.
Yeah, that's wild.
They try not to lose.
They rip those needles out of the National League's arms, and then American League's been dominating since.
How many Phillies All-Star jerseys did you buy?
None. I don't like the blue on blue.
The hats were fire.
The hats were great. I
The
like
jerseys
the
were awful.
Well, the blue on blue is too close to the terrible City Connect jerseys that the Phillies did. Those were awful. Those
Yeah,
are the
you
worst
still
ones.
got PTSD from those,
Those
don't
are
you?
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go Phils.
They might win the whole thing.
I said that last year. We'll see.
They didn't.
They didn't. I was watching. Yeah.
That's their thing.
All right. How the Cards doing?
Oh,
Climbing, sitting in second in the
It'd
Central.
be difficult to fall.
It's there's
Speaking of taking needles out of arms,
like the classic that was years ago.
yeah.
And
we haven't won an All-Star game since. Thanks a lot.
Mark McGuire saved baseball. I just want to be very
Mark McGuire and human growth hormone.
Yeah.
I'm pro science, David. I don't know why you're so
Yeah, I
anti-science.
don't
all of a
No.
sudden.
I'm just saying if we're gonna do it, let's just let everybody do it.
They were letting everyone do it.
Yeah,
but then
for
they
sure.
stopped. Yeah.
There's lawsuit after lawsuit
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it.
I saw Manny Ramirez's kid get drafted higher than David Ortiz's kid the other day. And they were like, David Ortiz, Hall of Famer, Manny Ramirez, who made some bad decisions.
Yeah.
Not
Does that
gonna-
make you guys feel old seeing Poppy's and Manny's kids getting drafted? Makes me feel old.
I think getting out of bed every morning makes me feel old.
Accurate, yeah.
The creaking and the hurting and the pain and the squeaking and the pulling. And
It started for me when I realized all cartoons were made in Japan now.
the,
And I was like,
Mm.
oh, like I'm an old, like, where's Hannah? Where are the
Hanna-Barbera, yeah.
where are the things I knew from my childhood?
it's the building right next to where your shoes and cell phone was made.
Fred meant
Yeah.
Hannah Montana.
Oh, Hannah Montana.
Mm.
Big Hannah Montana guy.
Well, I mean, I like the idea of Hannah Montana. Like, no one gave her recognition until she put on the makeup and the blonde wig and performed for everyone. And it was a real storytelling aspect because her as herself wasn't accepted in society by even her own family. I totally relate to that.
She's pretty much like the Joker. No one cared until
Yeah.
she put on the mask.
Mm.
I feel like you just combined two different
I
things.
think that was Bane,
That was
actually.
Bane,
but,
yeah.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
David Weesey, Carl, you're the best.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Saturday, come on out, hang out with us. New Mexico United looks to defend the best home record and the best record overall in the USL Championship Western Conference.
Is that a 7:00 start?
7:00 kickoff.
That's awesome.
Gates
Dude.
open at 5:30.
So you can go to Duke City Championship Wrestling on Friday,
Boom.
and then
What time? Where?
all night, and it's always at the El Rey.
What time's it start?
The doors at 6, first bell at 7.
Thank you.
And then you can get super hungover like I'm going to,
Mhm.
and then sober up just enough
Sure.
to go sit on the berm with 10,000 of your closest friends and watch the United play soccer.
You can bring a blanket, lay out on the berm, have some fun.
Dang, dude. What's the weather look like?
It's going to be lovely.
Good answer.
We're going lovely.
They make gear for everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Buy a hoodie.
you ever watch soccer in the rain? It's kind of the best.
Oh, I love soccer in the rain. You know who doesn't love soccer in the rain? It's the Isotopes, because they have a field
Yeah.
that is very nice and
Sure.
they take good care of.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully,
And-
we're all good.
And Missy Elliott.
Is it worth it? This is great radio. I love this.
Do you like the rain?
Have you ever seen the rain?
Nice. It's 2 Men On live from the Duke store. Come in and say David Weesey Carl's name and save 10% on Duke's gear. Also, we'll send him the invoice. 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Two Men On is live at the Albuquerque Duke Store, hanging out all day long. You know, I had to go back to St. Louis recently, Steve, for all my dad's funeral stuff.
Yep.
And I wore my Duke's hat every day.
Yep.
And lots of people were like, that's like a pretty sweet hat or whatever. I'm like, oh, cool. Like Albuquerque Dukes, like .com, and go get your stuff or whatever. And then, so anyways, I pull it up. Turns out the Duke ship van to St. Louis. So now you know.
Whoa.
You ship all over the world?
Not all over the world, but parts of the world.
Like the
Not the
continuous
Ukraine.
48?
Not the Ukraine right now.
We have not shipped to the Ukraine yet.
Does Spain want your hats? I feel like they do.
I don't think we've had an order from them. But
Not even.
Canada and the U.S. for sure. We get a lot of orders from Canada.
Not Mexico.
Surprisingly. We had an order from Mexico, a couple of them. We get orders from military guys that are, wherever, and they give you their address, and
Yeah.
you don't really know where it's shipping to, but
And you just send
to
them sweet camouflage Duke's hats?
whatever hat they order or whatever they order.
You do have a sweet
So,
camouflage
for
Duke's hat.
sure, I know that we've sent a flag and several hats to Afghanistan when they were there.
It sucks that people were there, but that's awesome.
It was kind of cool.
I wonder where the coolest place I could wear a Duke's hat.
It was funny because there was two groups there from New Mexico, and then the one group that got the stuff because it was a family member of a guy that came in all the time to get hats. He's like, "Hey, I want to send something to my brother." So we got him a hat. There was a softball league out there.
Mm-hmm.
Sent him all the stuff, and so the other group from New Mexico was like, "Hey, where'd you get all that stuff?"
Nice.
And so then I had to hook those guys up. So
That's super sweet.
yeah, it was fun.
Did you know that you can send mail to any Army base around the world and there's no postage on it?
Yep, that's what happens.
Pretty sweet.
That is sweet.
So there you go. Stay in touch.
Mm-hmm.
At least two government agencies can work together.
The USPS and War.
The military.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
When we get back from the break, we've been on bated breath. Isaiah is going to ask us a question.
I'm glad you remembered. Wow.
Anybody else coming today? Just so
Summer Willis.
the listeners know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Summer Willis will be with us from the 669er, so we're excited to have her on.
What time is that?
Just so you know.
5:30.
Good to know.
Do you want me to have her bring milkshakes? Or
Yeah, something.
you want to see what the blue plate is?
We should do the blue plate of the day.
We could have a blue plate special moment every day. I think I would be into that. Dan, write that down. I really like that.
That's
I just came up with
fantastic.
that.
Yeah, I'm really
Moving
into that.
forward, we're doing the
Glad
669er
I could help.
blue plate special moment of the day. And our inaugural one is going to be allowing Isaiah to ask a question on this show. That's perfect.
Okay.
Two Men On,
Nice.
95.9 FM and AM 610. Live from the Duke Store, the sports animal. It's our 66 Diner Blue Plate special of the day, 66diner.com. By the way to get that URL early. Like, not trying to say anything, but saying a lot of people wanted that. Like, that's a prime URL.
What is it?
66diner.com.
Oh, sure.
What is it?
That is as good as it gets.
Do they have blueplatespecial.com?
Man, look up blueplatespecial.com.
On it.
Yeah, be
1405 Central Ave Northeast. That phone number is 505-247-1421. It's our Blue Plate special of the day, and that's us giving Isaiah a chance to host for a segment. Isaiah, this is a special moment. What's going on, brother?
All righty. So my discussion question
Alrighty.
is going to be, what sounds better? The perfect sound of a bat hitting the ball,
Yes,
or a
that's
perfect
better.
basketball swoosh?
No, the bat. You shouldn't have did that one first, Isaiah.
Well,
That's the best sound in all of sports.
The majority I've heard actually takes a perfect swoosh, although obviously a lot less, common.
Are we talking about metal bat, wood bat? Are we talking about snapping the neck? Like,
Well,
I need
Fungo.
When Shohei smacked the homer yesterday, that's when the question sparked in my mind. It was like, okay, that sounded golden. So what sounds better, like that?
Hold on, juice ball. You got cheated.
I've heard some
that-
of his homers though; they sound pretty comparable.
That homer would have gone out no matter what. That one was an easy one.
So
I mean, you guys all called it.
Sweet. Crack of the bat is a neat one because you don't just hear crack of the bat. You always hear crack of the bat, and then you hear, and that is sweet. To hear crack of the bat and then crowd reaction, that's a real
Mhm.
special thing.
Okay, so that I can see that. I love crowd reactions.
So
Is
I
there
agree
a
with all
sound-
that. Can I add something?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So let's say any pro golfer, but a Tiger Woods drive, that's pretty sweet. That, I mean, in person,
Yeah,
it's amazing.
it's wild.
Hey, you know what sound did change, though, that used to be really good and is not as good anymore? Is F1 racer car going around. That zoom,
Mhm.
that was sweet. But now it's not that. The noise is like different now.
Yeah,
Now it's like, and you're like,
It's
oh.
because it's all AI.
So, let's say the electric vehicles.
yeah. The electrics now, you can't even hear them. You just hear the whoosh, and now it doesn't even make a noise at all.
It's kind of like when a bullet flies by the back of your head
Steve.
and you can see it, but you can't hear it. No, I'm just
Yes.
saying. There was a picture like that.
Yeah.
There's a picture like
I thought you were talking about football. Like a
Crack
Brett
of the
Favre.
bat every time.
So
I
there's
know
no sound
everyone
better.
knows. Friend of the show, everyone knows that I'm a baseball homer, no doubt. But objectively, universally, it's the best in sports.
You know what is really good?
I like the golf shot.
The golf one's good. Maria Sharapova or like Monica Seles, like the like whenever they swing the tennis racket.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's a cool one too, though.
Some of those sound super like distinct. There's like so many different sounds to that pre-tennis
Jokic
swing.
has got one that's real strong. Like
Some of them's like squeal.
that part, I didn't like the way you said that part.
Uh-huh.
That last
They
part
do.
was
They
awesome.
definitely squeal. They squeal as they prepare to hit the ball. A lot of them do. I don't know what others.
Tommy
Verb.
Tess saying 2 scoops. I think that's a good one in sports.
Gotcha.
Put
That's
that
a
on
good
the
slip
list.
in.
Yeah.
That happens at Duke City Championship Wrestling, Steve.
Oh,
If you didn't get the
There's one this
reference.
Friday night at the Historic LA Theater.
I saw that on the poster.
I'll be there, man.
Van, how about the shot? How about a swoosh, like a game winning with a bang compared to a walk off home?
At home or on the road?
Well, here's the
At
problem.
home.
If you've played basketball, you know what the swoosh sounds like. On TV, you don't get it very often because the crowd's usually too loud.
Mm-hmm.
So the swoosh is usually like
I think the swoosh depends. on-
added for replays. It's like falsely added for replays.
Yeah, there's like a mic.
You don't
There's an
really-
actual-
Yeah, you don't really hear. There's a mic on the backboard, but it's
Mhm.
not as audible as the
True.
swoosh when you're just in a gym with the homies.
I think it's better when the net is worn and a little bit longer instead of like a new net.
Yeah, there's
This is
something
true.
to that.
It's a
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. Also, rope for like a nylon net and a chain net are very different.
Yeah.
Like that's a special thing. You know what I did just think about though? You ever hear like a football hit an upright and miss a field goal? Because that
Mm.
stuff's sweet, dude.
Mm.
Boom.
Oh yeah.
Like I love that.
Depends on if it's your team or not.
Ah, man, either way.
And you can hear that one.
Yeah, that one's sweet.
It doesn't matter how many people are in the stadium.
I don't ever watch this one, but I very much know the sound. When a hockey puck hits the crossbar, that is sweet too. I like the failures actually. Now that I'm thinking,
Yeah,
about
the way you're describing these things, like you just want to see people fail.
it.
Yeah, you know what sound I really like? NASCAR crashes.
7-iron shank.
Yeah, shank it into a tree. That tree clunk.
A 4-foot putt that just goes sailing by.
Like when like a gymnast falls off of like the balance beam,
Mhm.
and you're like, okay, like that's
What's that sound like?
Yeah,
like they just, you ever see when they miss the pommel
Yeah.
horse
like a
and they go straight into it?
yeah. It's actually the same noise as tennis.
So is there a better feeling than a walk-off? How about that, Van? Since I know you're a baseball homer, is there something else in sport that's like a game winner that's better than a walk-off?
Regular season games only. Is that what we're talking about?
Whatever it is, it's the same for all. So if it's regular season for baseball, then it's regular season for basketball. You can change it for.
There's a problem with the clock. A lot of sports have clocks. Baseball walk-off, it's over. There's no recourse.
Yeah.
Other sports, there's still X amount of time left.
Well,
Yeah,
TBT,
so like-
and the other team gets a chance.
Like buzzer beater.
Yeah.
the best
Close call.
one to me is taking the knee, like as a quarterback.
Mm.
Like that's the best into a game because, like, what are you going to do about it? I don't even have to try anymore. Like this thing is won.
Yeah.
Like that, I
That's
love.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I guess
would
in
say the-
baseball it's not over until it's over, and in football it can be over beforehand. But like, what
Walk-off-
about
walk-off in the playoffs is unmatched.
It's not penalty kicks, Brandy Chastain, like
No.
winning the World Cup. That's the one. Penalty kicks because you beat someone.
a penalty kick might be comparable? But like I'm thinking like Dame's shot over Paul George to win the series. Like take that
But they
compared with
still had another possession. So you see the walk-off, boom, the game's over, you win. That one, like for that
I think it was a
example,
buzzer beater.
there was still another shot.
Or maybe it was the year before he buzzer beater. He hit when one of those series. There was a buzzer beater. So like, let's say buzzer beater. Let's only take buzzer beater. You're still
Steve,
taking a walk.
What was that bad Lakers guard that played alongside Kobe all those years that hit that one fadeaway three?
Fisher?
Yeah. Like that's a cool one. And he only gets that one in his career.
Yeah. Or Robert Ory every playoff.
Yeah, that's a good one.
sure. Yeah.
What is the best one?
I think a penalty kick.
God,
A
that
penalty
one's
kick
sweet,
to
dude.
win has got to be. Even though I feel like the goalie's at a super disadvantage, a penalty kick has to be.
There is something sweet too though when like Parker Bond the third hits like a turkey on the final three, and he had to
Sure.
close out a frame. Like that stuff's sweet too.
Yeah, lost me with that one. With
Any
all
of-
the terms
That
you
that
used.
was bowling.
That is correct.
Okay. All right. Woo. Okay, got that one. Mhm.
That is like that's a cool thing. What's the hardest thing in sports?
Yeah, a strike to win a tournament in bowling would have to be also elite.
They hit so many strikes. The
Yeah.
pressure.
Yeah,
It's the thing that they do over and over and over again.
So all right, so you're making a good point now. The best finish then is the 4x100 freestyle swimming. That's the best one.
Hard disagree.
When USA just fingertips out France to win that thing in 2008,
that was elite. You're talking about Phelps when his hands barely.
it was
touched.
Lezak. It wasn't
Yeah.
even Phelps at the end.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that's what I'm like. That's the one.
I mean, if you're gonna finger somebody, it's probably France.
Yeah, at the very end,
Yeah. At the
nailed
very
it. Finger
end.
nailed it.
Mhm.
Fingernail.
It.
I thought that was okay. So maybe it was that guy had like his body was actually built different. Like his arms were longer than they're supposed to be, and that's why his wingspan allowed
How
him
long
to
are
touch
arms
the wall.
supposed to be?
Well, you know how they go through your proportions, like how long your wingspan is, compared to
Right,
how tall
right.
you are. Yeah, that's why I thought it was Phelps. Maybe Phelps did it too. But like some of those swimmers, their arms are so long that they just extend their arms out and touch the wall before the other swimmer who's actually ahead of them.
You ever see when someone shoots an arrow into the back of an arrow?
That is super sweet too.
That stuff's sweet too.
Like back on swimming, like I don't want to
Sorry.
open this can of worms with like transgender athletes playing different blah blah blah. What about trans species? What if you like got webbed fingers?
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, you got like webbed fingers and toes. Like
Yeah.
you got like the surgery
Flippers.
to like make flippers out of your own hands.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I don't know the regulations on that.
I
Is that
do.
legal?
No,
Steve, no.
How do you know that?
because it's just
No.
like when people have arms that are longer than normal.
No, that seems fine. Now I have big hands.
Yeah, but
Everyone
what if
call-
you're born with a vestigial tail and like you got that extra limb? You make it swim like a tiny bit faster.
everyone calls me big hands?
Oh, they do.
0 people on the planet
Never
besides
heard that.
yourself
Yeah.
have ever said that.
They say, I know you're the one. And these,
Wrong.
I believe, make me an elite swimmer.
Have you ever been in the pool?
Like in a competitive one?
Yeah.
I've
A
like,
swimming pool.
like the clean one.
I mean, he still got PTSD from when he was a kid. What the other children would say to him when he got into the pool.
Yeah,
Like,
what was that? Jog my memory.
a lot of beached whale jokes. A lot.
We
of
were in a river van.
Yeah.
There were no whale jokes. I learned to swim in open water the way children should.
Look, I know how dumb people are in Missouri, but the children know what whales are. Come on.
You think there was a big dolphin presence in Missouri?
Yeah, when the Rams had a football team, the Dolphins would come there like
Yeah,
every other
every so
year.
often. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
like
a
every other
thing.
year the
That was-
Dolphins would come.
A lot of Ryan Tannehill. Just coming through there.
So I think the final verdict is Van and Fred. You guys both buying home run walk off.
No.
Best play in sports.
Game winning
No.
field goal off the upright.
Oh, missed.
Fail.
Yeah, fail.
Fred wants to see
That's what I
people
want.
fail. I want to see people succeed. And walk off in the playoffs. There's nothing like it, especially to win a series.
Yeah,
Give me a
field
game-winning
goal
three.
It's like longer, and then it just barely goes over the crossbar.
Oh, and you hear the doink of the crossbar and it goes through.
Yeah.
That's
Mason
pretty sweet.
crossbar. Packer fan Van loves that.
Yeah.
Ah, I
But
wouldn't.
hey, what about right after the Zamboni's out there and then Brian Boitano goes out and you just hear "Sss, sss,
Mm.
sss." That is sweet too.
Is that a walk off?
Well, when Brian was out there, it was pretty much
Just skate off.
yeah.
Beat me to that one.
Not Hamlin though, only Boitano.
What would he do?
If he were here today,
Hmm.
Brian Boitano?
Yeah, what would he do?
well, I'm sure he'd.
Walk it off.
Oh,
Whenever we get back from the break, Summer Willis joins us. She is the 6-6 Diner, and hopefully she was tuned in to the 6-6 Diner Blue Plate Special of the day. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're live at the Albuquerque Duke store. We're talking 6-6 Diner. Summer Willis joins us. Let's go.
How are you?
Doing well. So off air, we were talking about forbidden milkshake flavors.
Yeah.
Now, I believe there are certain combinations of milkshakes that we can never allow to collide.
Okay.
What is the weirdest milkshake request you've ever gotten at the diner?
Oh man, I had someone, and we didn't have it, but someone that wanted chocolate ice cream with orange soda, and we don't have orange soda, but they wanted orange soda.
That would be good.
And I mean, like,
Zay, are you into that or not into that? You made a noise that I wasn't sure about.
I know I can't tell if that's good or bad.
Chocolate and oranges.
I get that, but like orange soda very specifically, like fizzy orange soda,
Not
orange
cream
juice,
soda.
okay, not but like chocolate ice cream with orange soda, that sounded real weird to me.
I get
But-
chocolate oranges every Christmas,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I would freak out if I had them any other time of year.
I've had an orange M&M. I feel like that's similar.
I don't think they have the flavor.
Color, not the flavor.
Fred's been
Everett.
like that all day. I don't know what's going on.
Steve wanted a rhubarb. That's why we're bringing this up.
Okay.
Is there rhubarb milkshakes?
I could do that. We have rhubarb pie.
Do you?
We make rhubarb pie, but I don't know that we've ever put it in a shake.
Yeah. I
We
don't
could
want
try it.
that.
I don't want that.
You guys aren't the bacon one. You guys don't make the bacon ones, do you?
We
You
do
didn't hop-
not. No.
Okay,
I
glad you didn't hop
could.
on
I
that
have
wave.
bacon, but we've never gone down that particular path.
Oh yeah, my
nice.
dad's favorite. Do a liver and onions milkshake.
Oh.
Ooh. These are all very good ideas. Are you
No.
writing these down?
No, I'm absolutely not. I am mentally storing them as never ever do this.
1405 Central Avenue Northeast, the 66 Diner. That's Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 9, Friday through Saturday, 11 to 10,
Mhm.
505-247-1421. Catering needs as well.
Yes, we do catering. We also do groups. We have like the back dining area
Yeah.
can hold about 30 people. So we get a lot of like different, at Christmas time, Christmas staff parties, or at graduation time. We had a ton of different graduation parties back there. So we can accommodate you.
Me and my lady went a week ago, 2 weeks ago, because we just bought a house like a block from
Yeah.
you. Okay. So we go like 3 times a week now. And there was a I don't even know how to describe it, a family party, and it was maybe like an octogenarian's party, but it was all the way down to like great grandkids.
Oh,
and they
wow.
all were dressed like 1950s, like Grease
I heard
styled.
about that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I
the
heard-
cutest thing I ever
That's
saw in my
awesome.
whole life.
They took a bunch of pictures in front of the sign wall. It was awesome.
Man, they showed up in like
Poodle skirts.
yeah, and like T-Birds jackets
Yeah.
and stuff. And I was like,
Greased up pompadours.
100%.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The socias were there. And I was like, this is
Ooh.
awesome.
Yeah, that
They-
was very cute.
So I have a new life goal now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, which is 1950s nostalgia style party at the 66.
Perfect. That was many of my young days birthday parties were at the diner, and they would all be themed because I loved the diner growing up. So I made everyone wear the poodle skirts and the Letterman jackets, and we did hopscotch, and it was a whole thing. It was fun.
Hey, for friends of the show who don't know, who are fools and have never been to the 66 Diner yet, it's like you're stepping into that era.
Yeah.
The second you walk into that door,
Yeah.
you're living in that era.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the goal. I mean, that's how dad had like he was so interested in that era, and he was born in 50, so he grew up somewhat in that era, and then he just had a lot of respect for it. So everything we have in there is like legit antiques. It's not like knockoff different things. Like these are things he found and collected, and the Pez dispensers, of course, are just like a fun thing, but that was his like passion. So the signs and the Elvis memorabilia and all of it is very legit.
You're so good at this because you beat me to my next question. Where did the Pez dispenser obsession come from?
I couldn't tell you. Honestly, this is how I think it works. He ran out of room to put things, and he was like, oh, I have this shelf up here above the tables where the neon lights are. What could I fit there? And I think he thought, oh, Pez dispensers. And that resulted in thousands of Pez dispensers, none that are the same, custom made brackets to hold them. Like, that's just how he was. He'd be like, oh, this will work. And then it became like his whole personality.
Summer Willis with us.
That's
She owns the 66 Diner, often operates it, did for a lot of years.
Yes.
How old were you when the diner was established? So, like, how old were you on opening day of the diner?
I was not quite born yet. It
Okay.
was the year I was
Wow.
born. So I was born like a month after.
So were you like the Gerber baby of the diner?
Yeah.
Were you on the advertisings? Were you
Yeah, I was. Well, somewhat. I mean, back then I'm old, so 87.
join the
you know.
club? Yeah.
Yep.
So back then, like, yeah, there were some print ads that I was a part of, and then there were a couple early on commercials. They'd come in, with the huge cameras and do the whole thing, and my sister and I were in them, like hopscotching in poodle skirts and stuff. And then now, yeah, Piper, my daughter, is the Gerber baby. She's in like
That's so sweet.
she's in merch photos, and she has her own blue server dress and everything. So it's adorable.
Aw. Now, Steve, obviously, you're just as equally a good brand, the Albuquerque Dukes at 6-6 Diner. How many Dukes hats do you see a day at the diner?
Oh, so many.
It's so many.
No, it's so many. It's great, and I love it. And I worked at Isotopes Park before, and I would venture to say, obviously, people come to Isotopes games, they're usually wearing Isotopes gear or
Oh.
Rockies gear,
Oh, they are?
but they have a lot of Duke stuff. But I would venture to
That's
say,
interesting.
I know, I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but that I see more Dukes hats at the diner than I did at
Oh.
Isotopes games. If I maybe I'm just noticing them more,
Yeah.
but yeah, we
They're
get
better. That's
we
why.
get a
It's
ton.
It's
Yes.
a better brand.
It's the best
Fantastic.
brand.
Cool.
It is the best brand. I love it.
That's cool.
But yeah, we have a ton of people. Also, I think part of it is we get a lot of tourists that come through, and a lot of them will pick up like a diner shirt, a Duke's hat, just different memorabilia around Albuquerque. And you're definitely one of those main brands. So,
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, we do get tourists or people that have moved away
oh yeah,
and they come back to town.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's great. It's great that way.
One of my favorite things about the diner, the Americana style foods. Obviously, I
Mhm.
grew up in the Midwest. I grew up on
Mhm.
Route 66 in St. Louis, Missouri. And it's, I think I've told you the story up there. It's the first restaurant I went to in town when I moved to town 7 years ago.
Yes.
So I moved into Van's house. Obviously, had to leave immediately the next morning. Could not handle it. And I was like, where can I go to the 66 diner? And if I were to guess how many first Tinder dates I've taken there,
Oh,
it's hundreds.
should. Oh,
Wow.
okay. I'm gonna let that sink in for a second.
Yeah.
But
Probably,
should I be
probably
worried
don't
about
wanna do
you?
that.
Should I
Yeah.
be flattered? I don't know.
A lot of them right there.
Gray area.
Yeah, it's a
Gray.
big
Big
gray
area.
area. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate the business.
It was good.
I'm just a little worried about you personally
No,
right now.
well, there was a time.
There was a time.
Yeah. But right there to the right up there to the milkshake bar.
I was on a one of the other stations earlier today. I did another interview with a gentleman that had the same story.
Yeah.
That his first meal at his first restaurant when he moved here, and he said 7 years as well, was at the diner. And I said, hey, that's what Fred did.
Let's
And
go.
he said, I did it first. So
That's classic.
Nice.
The first date I went on here was with Steph Duran.
that's
Oh,
awesome.
Yeah. And then she was like not interested.
Mhm.
And then we ended up working together years later.
That's
So it
awesome.
was super small.
Great judge of character.
Yeah.
Summer, I got great news.
Yes.
I found a website where we can make custom Pez dispensers.
Oh.
So
okay.
get ready for some 2 Men on Pez dispensers
Absolutely.
coming
I
to the
would
66
love that.
diner
I'll bring a
I
Duke's
would
hat
love
on
that.
mine.
in X amount of time.
Yes, with the Duke's hat. Yes, I will display them proudly. I actually have some of those. We had a customer that made custom Pez dispensers with the diner like shield logo.
Oh, love
They're
it.
super
Yes.
cool. Yeah.
Just do
So
a
by all
Duke's-
means, please, I will display them.
Now,
Duke's Pez.
how often?
Yes, that'd be
That's super
amazing.
sweet. How often do you have to deflect menu suggestions?
I never deflect. I always take them in stride and I say, that would be very interesting. Or, oh, that sounds great.
So how do you want me to deliver mine? Because I have one right now.
I feel like you're just going to say it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. So
I don't think I have an option here.
So I recently went home. I went home to St. Louis, Missouri for my dad's funeral and all that stuff. And I took my lady to my local diner growing up. And I forgot about the horseshoe sandwich.
I don't know what that is.
Oh.
Yeah, so Isaiah is very familiar. So
No.
what it is, it's grilled Texas toast,
Okay.
Mhm.
protein, often hamburger, often fried chicken,
Okay.
and then you pile on fries, and then you drizzle it all in cheese sauce.
Ooh.
Mhm.
It's the best thing on the planet.
Okay.
Also, if you dip that fried chicken in hot sauce, it's
Uh-huh.
even better.
Okay.
So just let me know what to do.
Well, so I have you had our queso?
Yeah, 100%
okay,
yes,
Yes.
yeah.
So could we do the
Oh, I don't
the
know about that.
queso
yes,
instead of cheese
absolutely,
sauce
we could.
and make
Mhm.
it like a New Mexican version sort
Of the
of
horseshoe.
of the
Mhm. Sprinkle
horseshoe?
some
Yeah.
green
That
chili
sounds
in there.
amazing.
Does queso have chili in it?
Yes, we make
and
it in
Fred's had
house.
that?
I will do
he
it.
said he's
Yeah,
had
I
it.
will do it.
I-
Let's call it the Duke. And
I'm
then,
fine with that.
And then
Absolutely.
it's the new Blue Plate special in August. Whatever you want to do, follow your heart.
Okay. I appreciate the permission there. No, I think that sounds amazing. I will.
What's
talk
that? You
my
want to see a
kitchen
photo?
manager.
Yeah, no problem. So
Oh,
I'm just
yes,
throwing up
thank
for you. It just looks so good.
It does.
And,
So it doesn't have like a top Texas toast. The top is just the
it's open
fries.
face.
Okay,
It's
open
open
face.
face.
Okay, we actually have a whole section of our menu that's open face burgers. So
I'm
that sounds fantastic.
Ah.
familiar with that.
What's
roast
the
beef.
best? What's the most ordered lunch item?
From the burgers, I think our most popular is probably 66 burger. So it's got bacon and green chili and then all the fixins and cheese if you want it. And then our chicken fried steak is really, really good. It's a huge staple as well.
Awesome.
Hand breaded, really delicious. I love our chicken fried chicken personally. It's one of my go-tos. And then we have what's called the pile up, which is like a breakfast burrito on a plate. So the tortilla's on the side and it's a massive pile of potatoes and cheese and chili and bacon and all the yummies.
Heaven.
So
Yeah,
it is.
heaven.
It's great.
Sounds like
And do you keep the liver and onions on the menu just for my father? 'Cause
Yes.
he's the only one that orders it.
No, you know how much I go through of liver and onions. It is insane. We have, and I kid you not, we have a group, and if they're listening, shout out to the Liver and Onions Club. They come out every month, they sit in the back, and they all order liver and onions, a whole group of them.
Wow.
I don't know if that's the only way they know each other or how they even met each other, but that is their thing. So,
They're not part of the Cruiser Club. This is their own thing.
Yeah.
well, they could, hopefully they are, but no, this is their own thing. They call, they schedule, they get together, they come in, and I'm like, okay, guys, we got Liver and Onions Club next week. Make sure we have plenty ordered. And it's a hot ticket item. I will never understand, but Lord bless them.
Wow.
Cooler club than LARPers.
Nice.
That's probably true.
66diner.com. You can do your online ordering. The Cruiser Club sign up is there. Sign up for the Cruiser Club. Free shake it joining van.
Mhm.
How very fun that is. Also, receive a free meal on your birthday.
Yep. Every year.
So that's a real fun thing too. Also, and I think we say this every time we talk about you, a fun alternative to the traditional like dinner experience. Like
Yeah.
it is not just a trip to eat. It's a trip into a time capsule.
Mhm.
And I don't know how you find them. I don't know where you look, but you might have the nicest wait staff of any establishment in town.
Thank you. They're good people. We are very close to the university. We get a lot of younger kids who it's their first job that work the soda fountain. And it just makes me laugh because if you think back in like 50s and 60s, kids working the soda fountain, that was probably their first job.
Right.
And so it's the same thing with us. And so they're learning life skills and getting covered in ice cream, and they're good people. And I have some servers that have been with me forever. My managers are fantastic. My kitchen manager's doing a great job. Wonderful cooks. So thank you for saying that. I really am very grateful for the people we have working for us. And I'm picky, so that's probably part of it.
Now, Isaiah, did you know that the term jerk originated from a soda jerk? Are you familiar with that?
No.
Yep. So working the soda fountain at often a pharmacy, but also whatever else, you would have to jerk the arm of the soda fountain machine, and that's where the phrasing jerk came from.
Jerk.
Soda jerks. So there you go.
That's how you
Like,
got the carbonation.
Mm-hmm.
Like the actual verb jerk. Like,
Correct.
did you jerk something?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
You can stop there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Summer, thank you so much.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Make sure you go to 66 Diner every day this month, but then definitely on the first day of next month for the new Blue Plate special.
Yeah, we're gonna work on that.
The-
Sounds amazing.
There's a opportunity here for something really special. A little Midwest.
It sounds great to me.
You jealous, man?
Not at all whatsoever. They have a Beyond Burger there for me, and it hits the spot. Green chili grilled cheese. That's one of my go-tos.
They have
It's
Texas chili. That's my go-to there.
Yeah, our Texas chili's great.
I'm like, can you put it on the burger? Every time they go,
Oh yeah,
they go,
Fiesta
not
burger.
green chili, Texas. I go, yes,
Yes.
put it on the burger.
that's our Fiesta
Yeah.
burger.
That's
They
the one
know.
for me. Summer, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Whenever we get
guys.
back from the break, we're still live from the Albuquerque Duke store, 95.9 FM. Looks like the rain is rolling in. The sports animal. back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On right here on the Sports Animal. Big thank you to Summer Willis who joined us. Kind of fun to talk about the diner a little bit. Absolutely. That place rocks. It rocks. Yeah. I think in this order is what I like. Number one, food. I think food is my number one thing that I like. Number two, making fun of things that people like. Number three, sports. Is that order?
That's a good list.
Sound correct to you?
Yeah. Depends on the day.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I like food a lot, but I turned 18 and randomly decided to become lactose and gluten-free. My body did just out of nowhere. So at that moment, I had to cancel out about 70% of my favorite foods. And now I can no longer really eat for taste anymore.
I've tried through the internet to figure out what glucose is.
Gluten.
Gluten?
Yes.
And I don't, sorry, that's what I meant. Gluten, and I don't know if I can know what it really is.
Yeah, it's hard. The yeast is the closest thing you can get to it, right? Like
yeast. People will be like, gluten is a thing to me, and then I look it up, I go, I don't, is like fibromyalgia? Like, is it real? Is it not real?
What do you mean, like gluten allergies? Are they real?
Yeah.
Like,
is gluten real?
No, gluten.
Okay.
Gluten that's what holds stuff together, right?
Isn't that like
it's just
where your hamstrings go up to the?
I think that's correct. Like in Deadpool.
Right.
It's just wheat protein. Gluten is the protein from wheat.
But like, there's not really a thing to it, right? Like if you look, like if you're like gluten allergy, and then no medical person is like, yes.
Yeah, there's like celiac disease, which is super rare.
Used to not be so rare, rarer now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more people test for it and find out, the more prevalent it is. But usually either you have celiac disease or you're bored and being crappy is your hobby.
Some people are allergic to wheat, but that is not the same as gluten allergy. Gluten allergy is a misleading term commonly confused with wheat allergy or sometimes celiac disease. Yeah, I don't know if gluten allergies are real.
I can say firsthand. I mean, it was simultaneously like breads, like out of nowhere. I could have woken up and felt like I looked great, and then I eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and I'd be bloated, and then I didn't know why. And then the same thing was happening with like cereal with whole milk, and then I noticed when I would drink almond milk I'd be fine. So I knew lactose was a thing.
Well, that one is real.
And then gluten as well, like bread. I can't eat bread.
Well, lactose is real because like lactates and lactides and what you have when you're a baby to process your mother's milk, blah blah blah. Just over the years it dissipates. That all that is very real. That gluten stuff though, I just don't know.
So it's a very small percentage of the population. Like celiac disease is like 1% of the population.
Do I have that?
Gluten allergy is like 1% of the population, but it seems like it's way more.
Everyone thinks they have
everyone thinks they have it. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Also, where did this?
So Isaiah said, because you were stepped away for a second, walking Summer to her car because you're so nice. So Isaiah says he has a lactose problem, which I'm like, yeah, we all do. Like as we grow older.
Yeah, we're the only mammal that drinks the milk from another mammal.
Yeah,
it's very weird.
It's weird.
It's super weird.
I can't believe our bodies can't handle that.
Yeah.
But the gluten thing, I don't know. And I feel like everyone has a different, like, I don't feel good, or it gives me headaches, or it makes my skin change color, or like, is there not a consistency to disease? Am I confused?
Like everyone gets to like pick your own, like a choose your own adventure book.
Is it a Mad Lib?
Yeah, sure. The choose your own adventure book of allergies.
I have go ahead.
There's no lactose in bread though, and bread bothers my stomach massively.
Well,
Whereas like if I like a special type of tortilla, I'm fine. But if I eat like actual bread, like honey wheat bread, white bread, doesn't matter. Bread destroys my stomach. Now, when I went to Europe, it still messed up my stomach, but not as bad. But like,
we should test everything. We should test like rice and quinoa and like chia and flax. We should like do them all and then see how badly Isaiah responds.
Now, my body likes rice way better than bread, and now for that,
that gets confusing.
Okay, Zay. As much as I hate agreeing with you, especially from the media you put inside your brain, I do agree with you on this one. Because if I have too much like pure flour carbs, your the wheat family.
Are you,
it,
maybe you
it
guys
hurts.
don't like.
It
hold
hurts.
on.
It hurts my tum tum.
The truth
But
is,
I can have like as much rice or quinoa or couscous that I can
Right?
possibly eat,
you
and I'm
fools
fine.
are actually talking about yeast. You guys have
that's why I
problems
said
with
yeast.
yeast.
Originally, I said yeast. That was yeast. I know for sure.
I will
is
buy into that.
No.
Yeah, yeast. I think lots of people. That's why people don't drink beers and stuff because they get they become runners.
Because that is quite the contradiction for the amount of beer that I ingest.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think those things overlap. My Venn diagram of wheat beer hurting my tum tum, and then way too much bread or pasta hurting my tum tum. The circles don't even touch.
No, that's weird because I've drank, I've tried beer a little more recently this past year than I ever have, and I don't remember getting bloated to the point where I was like, oh, like there's something in there, it's messing with my stomach. Like bread is like very specifically tears me up. I can't do bread or like whether it's a sandwich, the bread that they'll give out at the restaurants beforehand. Now, if I do bread and dairy together, like obviously like a sandwich, then I'm torched.
Yeah, if I have a grilled cheese, which I love, that one hits me hard. Like American cheese and like white bread. Like I prepare myself. I'm like,
seriously,
you're gonna enjoy this for 20 minutes, and then you're not gonna be
But
great
I see you
an hour later.
I see you eat nudes all the time. So like if you can eat nudes, then you're good
Okay,
with gluten.
it depends on which ones.
True.
Yeah, it depends on which ones.
All
Some
nudes.
pastas
In my house, I buy like pea protein pasta.
Yeah, but they have gluten if they're held together. That's what gluten is.
No, there is gluten-free pasta. It is
There
very
is.
prevalent and it's delicious.
How does it hold together? Then I'm confused.
I mean, the spirit of nature.
Yeah,
it's just like
Pocahontas stuff. Okay.
gumption, like chutzpah, really.
So with me, they gave me like some shakes. They gave me some shakes that had like gluten yeast inside, and another one was like a dairy milkshake. And I would drink both. They did it on separate days, and they had like an actual machine watch my body digest it. And then they came to the conclusion like, yeah, you're not digesting like dairy products, lactose, and gluten, yeast, whatever one. They're the same thing as far as I'm concerned. My body did not like either of those at all.
Yeah, like milk, I'd stay away from completely,
yeah.
unless it's like a 66 diner shake and it's a special treat. I don't mess with milk.
You could take a handful of pills like I do.
Unless it's like a delicious grilled cheese at 66 diner that I have every once in a while. I don't mess with American
Also,
cheese.
like a thickened like wild rice soup. I think that'd be
How
But
long
I could
have you-
have like a 2-year aged Irish cheddar or like a Spanish
Well, hold
manchega.
up. There's
cheese.
no
Because they-
lactose in that, brother.
Exactly. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Yeah, the lactose is aged
It's
out
gone.
of it.
It's dead.
So that doesn't affect me at all.
Now, Steve, which
Yes.
animal's milk would you like to drink the most?
He trapped you with that one.
I don't understand the question.
Okay, so any animal that is a mammal produces milk.
I like skim milk.
Okay, so that you're actually talking about pasteurization now. So that's a
Okay.
different thing. So you're talking about going
Cow's
homogenized
milk.
cow's milk traditionally. I would try a marsupial's milk.
Yeah?
Yeah, that is the thing I would try.
Why?
That almond is the
I like-
special one.
I like the idea of pouches.
I don't
Okay.
understand any of it myself.
What's the
Seriously, I don't. How long have you been lactose intolerant?
Seriously?
like my
It's like-
whole adult life?
Really?
Yeah, I've hated it.
What
I can't
changed?
do
I
it.
hated it.
Yeah,
Why?
The
Clean-
second that I stopped drinking milk, I felt better immediately.
it
when I
clears
only-
me out.
When I only ate aged cheese, I was like, this is wildly different. And I
Mhm.
looked up why, and I was like, oh,
Aren't most babies raised on like breast milk?
Well, so they're
That's-
born with lactate.
yeah.
Yeah, so they can handle it. Their body knows how to break it down. And then as you get older, and have you ever heard of the word wean?
Yeah.
Okay. So whenever they're weaned,
Good band.
thank you,
Mhm.
then they it slowly dissolves in their body as they should no longer need their mother's milk. And then for some reason we drink cow's milk.
Yeah.
Okay.
And odd enough for me, like it was right when I turned like 17, 18, but at the
When you
same
hit
time,
puberty, yeah.
a little earlier than that.
Well, you don't have to light up.
But at the same time, I was also prescribed Adderall, and I saw online that Adderall can sometimes destroy your stomach lining, and your stomach lining being damaged can make it so that your body can't digest things the same way. So like half of the people are like, yeah, it happens when you get older, but then the other half is like, yeah, that medicine can do that to you. So I don't know which one caused it, but all I know is I can't drink milk or eat pancakes anymore, and it's upsetting. Bisquick's not the same with water.
I love pancakes.
Yeah, pancake slap. Not
You-
crappy protein ones, but good ones.
Yeah.
I went from, I think, breast milk to chili and beans. So my stomach is pretty.
Dan, did you know if you go to
Got it on.
chiliandbeans.com that it takes you to the Albuquerque
It
Duke store?
redirects to abqdukes.com. That's awesome.
Super sweet.
Okay.
Super
I think I want some of Luke Skywalker's green milk. If I could have like milk
Oh, yeah, good
from
call.
any animal,
Uh-huh.
it would be whatever he gets that weird green milk from.
I like that
I want to
answer.
try it.
It's green chili.
Thank you.
We wrap up the 5 o'clock hour whenever we get back. Also, we have our Isham Dental soundbite of the day, which is going to be a lot of fun because I'm sure it's going to be All-Star Game related, as that's the only thing going on in sports. And after the break, it's our prize picks, boys. Promo code KNML. Match us up to $100 on your initial deposit. You put in KNML, we give you up to $100 just for fundo. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. I went 5 for 6 in 3 different lineups yesterday on Prize Picks. So I doubled my money every time, which was nice, but I was not the big winner I wanted to be, so I'm playing it safe today, boys. I got a little forfeit. I went all Goblins just because I wanted to say that I played today and I wasn't overly interested in the WNBA.
Okay.
More on Caitlin Clark, 14.5 points. More on Natasha Howard, 14.5 points. More on Melissa Smith, 9.5 points. And more on Tierra McCowan, 9.5 points. All those games are underway, and all of our athletes are on their way to already be at more. So I think I might be playing it safe on a 4-pick to pay 3 times. That is where your boy is sitting today.
Who are those people that you were talking about?
They have the
not named Caitlin Clark.
They have the lowest point possibilities of any athletes available.
Okay.
So I took the Moors.
Smart.
Took the Moors.
I don't know whom they are.
Just don't take less on Kennedy Carter.
Oh my God, that one
next
crushed.
All right, who is that?
Crushed me yesterday.
She's the Kennedy Carter.
Chenadaddy Carter.
She's the girl we agreed to take less on yesterday, and she went out and had a
that's the one I
career
missed
night.
on all of them.
The best game of her career yesterday. She had a career game, and I openly said that she was going to have a clunker against one of the best teams in WNBA, and she went off like she never has before.
I think
in
she
her
listened.
entire career.
I think she listened. That's called, how Kobe had the amnesty game after Mark Cuban was like, the Lakers should amnesty Kobe. And then Kobe, the next time they played Dallas, I think it was 2 days later on a Sunday, Kobe just smoked them. And then afterwards, his first tweet ever was amnesty that. I think that's what Kennedy Carter just did to us, man.
I mean, we did run her through the mud after the Caitlin Clark thing. The waves might have made it all the way back to Chenadaddy Carterville. And she came back with a vengeance just because I called her out.
The man game.
She hit more in the first half.
Promo code KNML on your Prize Picks. Go download the app, put in our code, and we'll match you up to $100. So if you put in 100, you're playing with 200, and you're playing with us. Also, for those that might not know, the NBA's amnesty clause allows teams to release a player and move them from their salary cap while still paying the player their remaining salary. So there you go.
Yeah, he basically said, Kobe ain't it for you guys anymore. Get rid of him. And this was before Achilles. So this was that was blasphemy out of Cuban's mouth. 2012.
He's an internet troll, and he always has been. Like, he's up to stuff like that all the time. It just gets less and less press anymore because he's less and less relevant. Also, he's doing great things for pharmaceuticals. Thank you, Mark Cuban.
He's definitely a businessman to the T.
I don't know if you can still do the amnesty clause.
I haven't heard the word honestly since that situation.
I think it all played out in 2016. I might be wrong, but Kevin Garnett got one in at the end of 2022. Well, he was done playing before then, obviously, but that's what it paid out to.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, he's still playing in 22?
There you go. Now you know. Last hour of the program, whenever we get back from the break, we got a lot of fun things going on. The least interesting day of sports in all of sports is today.
You're welcome for making it interesting.
Don't forget about the USA basketball team earlier, guys. I don't feel like you guys knew or saw. We smoked Jokic earlier.
Yeah, Jokic had no answer for the boys.
It wasn't that we didn't know, but it was that we lacked interest.
Well, Steph Curry, back at it.
Did he score some points?
He did. He scored 19, but pretty much always in the first half.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. D. Sports Animal.
Slow.
Mike, stop.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're at the Albuquerque Duke store, the intersection of Central and Carlisle. Come see the boys. Also, tons of Duke's gear. The United States defeats Serbia 105-79, Steve. That is behind Curry's 24 points and Anthony Davis's 6 blocks. LeBron and Curry both played in garbage time at the end of the game. So there you go.
How many Kevin Durant have?
I don't think he's playing yet.
Oh,
Yeah, he's out with a calf strain right now. They're kind of downplaying it. Hopefully, it's not worse than what they're saying.
There's a guy available if they call Jaylen Brown.
I don't think LeBron's going to allow that. He's got to deal with Nike and LeBron now, which is worse than Nike.
LeBron doesn't own sweatshops. I think Nike's a little worse than LeBron.
No. I mean, like as far as people you don't want to not want you on the USA team.
That I understand.
why
Yes.
doesn't he want him on the team?
Jaylen Brown was just caught on camera saying he doesn't believe LeBron's son is a pro.
Yeah. Sucks that he's so right, Steve. He's so accurate.
Caught on camera. Huh.
Now, I hate to sound like a Mr. I knew it all, but Steph Curry, again, backing me up. I strongly believe that Steph's going to be the motor for the team offensively. This game, he started out hot. He scored the first 9 points, hit 2 threes, then he hit a midi. When you see Steph hitting middies, you know you're in trouble. And then he also had a pretty tough finish. I think Steph's the key in the Army Swiss knife for
Bam
the
hit
US.
3 threes today, so I don't know if I would overhype.
The basket was extra wide.
Yeah,
They widened the basket for Serbia.
they knew what they were doing.
Who's the big competition in this?
It'll be Spain.
It'll be France. It'll be France.
Guys, it'll be,
Victor Wembanyama by himself is going to beat USA.
oh my God, it'll be hangovers. That's the only thing that ever throws this team off.
Yeah. They're going to pick up a bunch of gluten allergies in
Yeah,
France.
that's what's going to happen.
Pick up smoking and eating baguettes and getting a gluten allergy.
They got Bam and AD in the front court. So what they're really worried about is late nights.
How many of those players are LeBron intolerant?
Nice.
That was a good one.
Thanks. But it's a serious question.
They voted him as the best player on the team, so I
Oh,
guess
my
they're
God.
all
How-
tolerant of
Best
LeBron.
at Call of Duty.
Best player of all time.
Would he buy him something when they got there? Hey guys, I bought you a watch.
I'm sure there's. Well, he is the one. I don't know what he offered
don't
them,
buy
but he
that.
definitely brought
He
them
doesn't
all
do that.
together.
He didn't.
LeBron did.
Yeah, LeBron after we lost to Canada in the World Cup last
we?
year. U.S.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, when we lost to Canada last year in the World Cup, LeBron immediately before the day was over called all the stars and had them all commit to playing in the Olympics this summer.
Where'd you
So here
read
we
that?
are.
Not Jaylen Brown, though.
Yeah, it was like the main one, Steph, of course.
How come nobody in Serbia at all tried to put a body at AD underneath the basket and he got 6 blocks?
So many blocks in like 12 minutes.
It'll happen worse too, just like that. Some guys just don't get it.
Yeah,
you
when
know?
they play UAE or some weird team in the Olympics, it's going to be embarrassing.
Serbia started out real strong. They were looking a lot like Denver. I was like, what is Jokic putting in the water over there? What's he got these guys doing? They were all playing like a bunch of Jokic's.
I mean, ketamine maybe?
The real truth, though, is that KD DLC is about to come out. And as soon as Team USA gets that,
TLC.
they're going to be unstoppable.
That's a great way to work that too. It is the USA DLC package.
Or KD.
Yeah, had Kevin Durant.
Did you see Coach Kerr have to yank Steph Curry after he got 18 points in 11 minutes and he wouldn't even make eye contact with him? He's like, look, I'm not going to do this during the regular season, but I have to take you out, Steph. We got other superstars that have to play.
And that's what people were pushing back on me about a lot when I was saying Steph would, number one, break Carmelo's record for 10 3-pointers in a game. They were saying he's not going to attempt that many, and I understand, but I think Steph is a wild card situation where if he's hot, I don't care if everybody on that team's on, Steph Curry needs to be the one shooting if we're trying to win a game. Now, if the game's like for sure in hand, then I understand. But other than that, Steph Curry should be shooting the ball the most.
It's going to be a cool minute before they have a meaningful game, though, where he needs to actually play hard.
Yeah, but he had a bad game last game, so I knew just historically Steph will always bounce back strong.
So you're saying he's going to have one bad game and then one good game every other game?
Well, if he has a bad game, I'm saying slam them more on Prize Picks the next game. Guaranteed. He's not going to have 2 bad shooting nights in a row.
So the United States USA basketball team hinges on Steph Curry.
Well, to be honest, the first game they're down 11-2 until Steph hit a 3. I think it's like if they're cold, right? If everyone's playing how they should, then it should be steamroll. But a lot of times teams need that one person to say, "I'll go first."
But
I think Steph will be that guy.
We can't act like his fast start was like a game changer today because it was tied at 28 after the first quarter. Like it was like that was just stride for stride, right?
So that means we would have been losing because he had the first 9 points.
Well, aren't these the best of the best? I thought LeBron just corralled everybody up.
He's the best one they voted on.
Yeah. Eventually that did play out. We ended up pulling away. But teams first quarter the other team will come out with their best shot. So Serbia was competitive, and
I don't think that ever happened to the Dream Team.
I don't think they ever trailed.
That's actually a good fact to see.
I think the Dream Team actually spotted other teams' points,
Yeah.
which was interesting.
Yeah.
And
Well, the competition probably wasn't as tough.
what do you mean?
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Well, you're right, honestly. Even within the team, Jordan, I'm sure, had so much competition spewing all through those guys in practice.
There was more, competition in the practice than in the tournament.
Oh yeah, I believe that's a fact, honestly.
But it should be that way this year too. I mean,
It should always be that way.
absolutely.
He scored lower on the golf course during his Olympic runs.
Yeah.
Than the opposing teams playing Team USA.
He lost more money on the golf course as well.
He's never lost anything.
Till the next day.
Trailed.
He's the second greatest basketball player of all time.
Jordan?
Yeah.
To who? God.
Cooper Flag.
Jeez. I thought you were going to say Cooper Rush.
If we include projections.
Cooper DeJean.
LeBron has missed more shots than anybody else ever in the NBA. Did you hear that?
He's a hero.
That's actually cool. Unfortunately.
No, in 5 more misses, LeBron's going to have more misses.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
But it took
He's the king.
LeBron. It took LeBron like 5 more years than
Doesn't
Kobe to
never
do it.
So awesome.
Misses per game. Kobe's gonna have that one forever.
LeBron's only had 1 miss in his whole life.
Yeah.
His wife.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Mrs.
Oh.
Mrs. James.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
she's like the only gem out of all the celebrity wives.
She's the best.
She does
She's
seem
the
lovely.
greatest
She
of all
does
time.
seem
She's the
lovely.
goat.
Her name is
Well,
Jim.
she's the boat.
The best of all time.
Yeah.
I was gonna say her name's Savannah.
I mean,
boat.
I mean,
From what I understand, Amber Rose is the goat.
at the RNC.
At the RNC.
Uh-oh. The 1992 men's Olympic team, also known as the Dream Team, lost to an NCAA team on June 24th, 1992, 62-54. The loss was due to the Dream Team underestimating their opponents, as well as intentional substitutions and limiting playing time for Michael Jordan by head coach Chuck Daly.
Doug Collins put out that story just to get everyone hyped. That's not a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Doug Collins.
That doesn't even mean anything.
Yeah. You talking about the game?
No. You talking about exhibition?
NCAA.
Yeah, that's what the U.S. is doing now.
I'm talking about a friendly, man.
That's what we're
That's talking about
judging.
the game.
That's what we're judging the U.S. on
About
right
the
now.
game that I love
These guys are getting paid for this. Don't act like they're just playing.
by Nike.
Yeah. Everyone except for Jaylen Brown.
Nope. Sorry, you only get $320 million.
And free time.
Bummer.
Did Bam win the 3-point competition at the NBA All-Star Game this year? Or am I making that up?
Bam? No chance. I was trying to see how
LeBron
many.
did.
He won
He
it
shoots.
yesterday.
LeBron's won everything.
He's awesome, dude.
Oh.
He's the best.
Has he ever been in a dunk contest?
LeBron is not,
Probably.
and that's the worst thing that he hasn't been in one. And
'Cause he
Stephen A.
can't jump.
blames.
He's been in a lot of dunk contests, just not NBA All-Star Weekend dunk contests.
Yeah, in his prime, LeBron would have the craziest dunk contest against his teammates pregame, and everyone's begging him to hop in the dunk contest, and he even said he would. Grabbed the mic at the All-Star game and said, "Next year I'm participating," and then just flopped on it.
He's awesome.
Flopped on it. That's about par for the course.
That was
saying.
unintentional too.
I think Jaylen Brown's the dunk champion, the way he dunked on Nike the last couple weeks.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so that NCAA game is the only game 92 team ever lost. So I'm sure that's what
Supposedly.
snapped him out of it.
It was
Is there film?
practice.
Is there film?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
What is a more significant power move? KD joining this team or KD joining the Warriors?
It was Isaiah
Warriors.
Thomas on the college team in '92.
Good question. It was the one kid. It was Bobby Hurley, right? Is that the kid who was the point guard?
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm gonna beat you, John Stockton. I'm gonna beat you so bad."
Charles Barkley talks about it. I should find the soundbite and play it.
There's video of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like you can find it on YouTube. It's not. They just stand around. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to downplay it. Like it. I mean, they did lose the game, but they just stand there.
Allow me, boys.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are crazy, man. We're up till 4 in the morning at the casino. We didn't take them kids
Oh,
seriously.
They look like babies.
We were all 12 of us were hungover, man.
They're worried about the college finals. I'm playing in the NBA finals. Like, they don't care about
Yeah,
this.
his quote is, "They looked like babies," and I guess they replayed them afterwards and smoked them.
One would assume.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The 12 greatest players in basketball
You know,
beat
it's
some
funny.
children. Yes, they did.
What's funny, Van, is in his quote, it says, "We were like, hey, man, let's don't kill these little kids." And you start your Charles impersonation. Well, hey, man. Hey, man.
Oh, come on, man.
Also, it's not like Charles was old at that time.
Yeah. Like 27 or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, they're all like 5 years old. when
Yeah,
the
like
people they're playing,
what was Barbers?
the
man?
babies,
Barbies.
if that.
Little Ken dolls. We'll step away to come back. Whenever we do, it's our Isham Dental soundbite of the day. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. It's time for our Isham Dental soundbite of the day, 505-881-0422, ishamdentalabq.com. Register online, get that exclusive offer, free exam and x-rays. And Steve, Scott will probe your mouth.
With the fingers that were in your mouth.
That is correct.
Gotcha.
Gloved.
Accepting Medicare A and B. Same day dentures, you already know. Financing layaway available. It is, simply put, the best dental experience one can have. I know, because I'm not just an endorser. I'm a endorser.
Patient.
Yeah, I'm a patient. I'm a patient man. Isaiah, the Isham Dental soundbite of the day.
Yeah, Brian told me no. I gotta tell him about this story.
What was that time when you asked him for his autograph and he wouldn't give it to you?
I ain't never told him that story. Oh, he ain't tell me no, but he kind of told me no. In Memphis, a long time ago, Larry Hughes is my dad's best friend. They played on the Cavs together. My mom took me to a game in Memphis. I wanted to meet LeBron, and I wanted to get a picture with him and an autograph. And there was a lot of people back there. And he was like, "I'm out. I gotta go." And I got in the car and started crying.
It's Jason
cool,
Tatum.
man.
Jason Tatum
He
talking
had me
about
from autograph and I didn't give it to him. When was that?
I was like, I love it.
That's why you dunked on me, though. That's why you dunked on me in the conference finals.
To get back.
And by the way, that's when you had that haircut. That's the last time you had that haircut when you punched him.
Crazy thing is,
Missed me at the last part. But I don't think I'm that surprised, because when you're as famous and as perfect as LeBron James, like, everyone wants your autograph.
it happens everywhere he goes. You can't say yes to everyone. He'll be signing autographs forever in perpetuity.
Also, having grew up in St. Louis the way that Jason Tatum did, you kind of always go down to Memphis to watch basketball.
Right.
It's like the closest one that's affordable. Like, Chicago's super expensive to go watch the Bulls. And Larry Hughes, who has like some swing in St. Louis, like played at SLU, got to play with LeBron when he was with Cleveland all those years. The amount of surprise face I have that he can't get his teammate to sign an autograph for his friend's kid, zero surprise on my face. Do better, Larry. Do better.
So you're putting it on Larry?
Yes.
Makes sense.
I'm sure there were more situations for a nationally renowned AAU basketball player to meet LeBron James when he was a little bit older. I don't think this was the only incident ever where he had a chance to meet LeBron James.
He was 11.
Yeah.
If your dad's in
How
the,
do you not sign for an 11-year-old?
if your dad's in the
probably
NBA,
50 other 11-year-olds standing next to him wanting autographs.
Come on.
his dad's in the NBA. It's not like he saw. It's different when it's like a kid who's the NBA. They seem like superheroes, and your dad's in the NBA. I mean, come on, like you can't be that upset about not getting the autograph.
Well, it was LeBron, so you're probably right.
This is true. I wonder what year Tatum was 11. Let's see here.
So
That to me is not surprising.
Justin Tatum, his father, I don't believe ever played in the NBA, but he played with Hughes at the Billikens, just to be like real clear on that. So then if his best guy, Larry Hughes, can't make it happen, I mean, what are you even on the team? Like, you're not LeBron's friend. You're nobody.
It's not even that. It was an 11-year-old kid that wanted an autograph, and he didn't give it to him. It didn't matter who he was.
Well, hold on, because I know a lot of like 11-year-olds just lie.
Oh,
so I feel like this 11-year-old's lying.
Oh, Jason Tatum's a liar?
Yeah, that's what I think it is. So
This is 2008, 2009 LeBron. We're talking. So this is like,
yeah, he wasn't signing a lot then.
Yeah, he was entering his
his
prime.
I mean, he's not, to my understanding, LeBron James has never let down anyone ever. That's my understanding. That might not be exactly correct.
Except for Jason Tatum.
Well, here's the thing, though, because I just rethought about the story a lot, and I think I remember a fact that he didn't mention, which is that when he was 11, he was a liar. And what happened was he went to Memphis.
It wasn't Memphis. It was Nashville.
Do you believe there's basketball in Nashville?
I don't know.
Professional basketball?
Just,
No, he went to the big pyramid in Memphis, and he was like, that's probably where they play basketball. and it wasn't. That's a Bass
It's
Pro.
a Bass Pro Shop.
And
yeah.
he got confused. So he thought he saw LeBron James, but it was just a catfish with a receding hairline. So that's what it was.
I get that.
LeBron James can't sign every kid's whatever he's holding out. It is impossible to do that everywhere he goes.
Do you think Larry presented it to Jason Tatum's dad? Like, hey, that's my guy, LeBron. Like I can get you an autograph from LeBron. I've been in the league 2 years longer than him. Like,
it sounds to me like it wasn't like kids lined up and he signs for a while and then he's like, okay, got to go. It was more like he was there, probably the only one.
Like Larry Hughes and
Larry Hughes is like, hey, I got this kid. And he's like, oh, man, I got to roll.
Well, he says he was in the back and there's a lot of people back there. That's what the captions put on the video.
Well, I'll take it one further. Can we figure out an exact day and look at the box score? Because Larry Nance probably like fouled out and went like 0 for 5 from 3-point.
Again, Larry
and he was like, I'm not helping out Larry's kid.
Larry Hughes, not Larry Nance.
What did I say? I said Larry Nance? Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, Larry Hughes probably fouled out and went 0 for 5 from 3.
So you think Larry?
Like, I'm not.
I think it was Larry
I'm not
Bird.
signing his nephew's basketball.
It's probably Larry Bird. That's why Jason Tatum was liking, because that's why he likes the Celtics. So it was.
This makes way more sense.
He had a box score. He looked at the box score. Wait, hold on. Yeah,
and then
I gotta go.
LB was like, hey, listen, I'm seeing the motivation in this kid as an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm going to convince the team that I played for, although I'm coaching for Indiana.
I'm surprised he didn't say, and then LeBron tripped on a thing and he fell. And he's like, oh. He flopped to avoid the
I see where you're going there, Steve.
signature.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I just fell. I can't sign.
You know, the rumors are he had an actual flopping coach. Like there's coaches that teach you how to flop.
I believe that.
Yeah, it's called his coach. They practice that. When the cameras aren't around, they literally practice that.
Take the hit, act hurt, get addicted.
Yeah.
Wait, which
It's like
part?
that kid from Duke. He was flopping.
Van's favorite player, Grayson Allen?
Yep.
Van messes
Dude,
with
I
Grayson
love
Allen.
Grayson Allen. Oh, you talking about White Draymond?
He just signed another big contract. That guy's like made it. After all
Every
that,
hockey team needs a good enforcer.
after all that, he's still shooting.
LeBron probably, now that actually I just thought of a new fact I know about this story.
Mhm.
LeBron James actually did sign the autograph for Jason Tatum, but Larry Hughes was so hard up for cash at the time that whenever Larry went and got it from LeBron for sweet, precious baby Jason Tatum, son of Justin Tatum, college teammate and best friend, Larry's actually his godfather, actually. Whenever he went and got it, he then pocketed it. He stole it.
Yeah.
Right. So he kept that.
To pay off golfing debts with Michael Jordan.
You believe Larry Hughes amassed golfing debts with Michael Jordan?
That's the story I understand that I just made up in my head on the spot.
So there you go.
What do you think he sold that LeBron James signature for?
In Memphis?
It was written on the back of a what?
A Billikens jersey? A Justin Tatum Billikens jersey?
A Larry Nance.
That Rick Mergeris touched one time?
Sure.
It was a Larry Bird sweatband.
So I want to make sure I understand. Larry Hughes acquired a sweatband from Larry Bird.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Gave it to Jason Tatum.
Yep.
Took it back.
That very same day, he did sign a basketball for Justin Timberlake in Memphis. So
Yeah.
that's the messed up part.
Right.
Yeah, at Graceland.
Yeah.
Standing in front of Dollywood.
After he got back up from acting like he was flopping.
So that's whenever Jason Tatum became a Jackie Joyner Kersey fan, because that was an athlete he could actually access. Yeah. So there you go.
What radicalized you,
Where's
Jason?
she from?
East St. Louis.
Is she?
Yeah.
I like her.
Same.
So
did America.
I'd get her signature in a second.
Yeah, which is
If LeBron and Jackie Joyner Kersey were standing there, and
you had to pick one.
I had to pick one. I had one piece of paper.
What?
Jackie
Rip it
Joyner.
in half.
Jackie Joyner in a second.
Not have them both sign
No,
it.
I wouldn't even look at him. Just be like, hey,
Don't
Jackie.
even look at me, LeBron.
Hey, Jackie.
And
Who-
LeBron would
Is this
lean
your
over.
brother? Are you
That's a
here
good
with your
one.
brother?
That's a good one.
Mhm.
He leans over to get the Sharpie from you, and you're like, not after what you did to Jason.
No.
Like,
Careful. Don't fall over.
you're talking about flopping again.
Yeah.
Steve's not letting that go.
No.
Now he plays for your basketball team.
Who?
LeBron James.
You're a Lakers fan too, Steve.
What team? I'm not a Lakers fan.
Oh,
No,
darn.
he meant Team USA.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't vote for him.
the only acceptable we. I didn't vote for him. The only acceptable we is in Team USA. So
I know.
Fred,
I'll
Fred
cheer
can't
for
hit
him.
me. Fred can't hit me with the who's we with the USA team.
I mean, what do you say for Team France? Oui.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
the
Put me on there.
Oh.
Mike's hot.
I make it hot to death. Hot to death. Hot to death. You can see me flex, but now I'm no stranger.
Welcome back to the program.
Make it hot to death. Hot to death.
Caleb Williams signed his deal with the Bears.
Now I'm no stranger. Went to sleep, woke
Yeah.
up, still a G, new tracks.
Had to. I mean, it's not like you negotiate that anymore.
He's going to be an absolute stud this year with that wide receiver core, and he's going to hold out next training camp. He's going to pull a Brandon Ayuk in his second year of being a professional football player.
Wouldn't
Watch.
shock me. Would not shock me. That would be the there it is moment. There it is. There it is.
Mhm.
He's gonna have a great season. We're all gonna look like we were wrong. And he's not gonna make it out the offseason.
The money is super low.
It's all guaranteed, right?
Did he get like an ownership of like the company that's refurbishing Soldier Field?
That's slot standard, isn't it?
He's allowed to paint his nails whenever he wants in the contract. Doesn't
Has
have
he-
to.
Did he start completing passes? Is what I'm wondering in the OTAs.
The word about him in the OTAs were good. I heard he not only was playing well after all the interceptions at the beginning, but I heard he started playing well, and most importantly, he's meshing well with the players, which is what a lot of people were worried
Hold on.
about.
That's not that important because none of them will be around in 2 seasons. Caleb Williams has agreed to a 4-year, $39.4 milli guaranteed, 25 up front. I mean, did his dad get hired to be team president? Like, what is going on here?
I thought it would be the industry standard number, but in your defense, it's 2 milli less than
Bryce Young.
last
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
It's not enough money.
I think it'd be, 10% more, something like that?
I'd imagine there's incentives. Like I bet if he gets rookie of the year, that probably parlays into.
Well, but that would be in this total number, though, of less than 40.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, like, there's something else going on. I can't wait to find out what it is. There's got to be conspiracy something.
Or maybe he's not starting.
Oh, that's a good point. They're probably going to play.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, somebody.
That's what they do with the first
Carson
overall draft
Wentz.
pick. Sit him.
Trade him to Dallas for Cooper. We'll do it.
He needs to learn behind somebody.
Why would you trade Cooper Rush, who's established?
For Caleb Williams, I'll take.
Caleb Williams, his agent tried to get the Bears to pay Williams LLC instead of him as a person because in Illinois, LLCs have no income tax filing requirements.
This is a real story.
Yes, this is very real.
Wow, that's really actually smart.
Way to go, Pritzker.
And then
It's
when
better.
that failed, his camp tried to get his salary as a forgivable loan, which would have resulted him in getting payments with their tax free.
Dude, you're lying.
This is all true.
No, well, and this is real too. I think, and it wasn't him, but like his dad was trying to get a percent of the ownership of the Bears or something.
Yeah.
Like these guys are weird, dude.
His first demand when he was still at USC is like he wants to be part owner of whatever team drafts him.
Yeah. Like you can't like, and I'm not trying to be this guy. Like, stop painting your nails. Like, be regular first. Like, don't be only weird.
Yeah. Whenever you get a Super Bowl and a couple MVPs,
Do your thing.
then you can be Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is his
Okay.
agent Dion?
It could be
I don't know why it wouldn't be.
Makes sense that
Warwick.
Sanders.
The singer?
Prime time.
The Raiders are going to trade Devontae Adams to the 49ers for Brandon Ayuk. This is because Ayuk is friends with Antonio Pierce, apparently. Also, Devontae Adams has like no money left on his deal. And if you watched NFL Netflix Receivers, which no one did, he said Jimmy Garoppolo tried to get him killed.
Yeah. I saw that highlight. I don't think I'm going to watch the program.
In what way?
He said he would throw the ball not close enough to him.
Oh,
What do you expect when you go from Aaron Rodgers, insane person that he is, to Jimmy Garoppolo? You are putting yourself in danger. That's why you got all that money, because you knew you were going to put yourself in danger, not getting perfectly thrown balls right to your hands every time.
As a Packers fan, how mad would you be if Devontae Adams ended up on the 49ers, the team that will inevitably beat the Packers every single time?
Does this scenario mean we make the NFC Championship in Jordan Love's second year?
Yes.
I'm into it.
You're in.
I'm super into
100%.
it. I'm super into it. Yeah, sign me up for that.
I think he's from Palo Alto. I think he is. Devontae Adams. That's like going home.
Yeah.
Good get for him. Also, that's just a rumor. That's not official yet.
Yeah, Brandon Ayuk's not going anywhere. The Niners aren't going to bow down because they're going to set an unfair precedent for everyone else. They're the Niners. They're the team that you sign team-friendly deals for. They're the team you get under market value to be part of. A legendary organization.
They have, the most over 15 million. How many players do they have that are being paid?
None right now, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have any bad deals.
Everyone except for Brock Purdy.
Paid a lot.
They got some high-played guys.
More than any other team.
I'm going blank on the linebacker's name.
Warner
and Bosa and Debo and McCaffrey and Kittle. They're all getting paid a lot, but their a lot is still less than market value for how good they are.
They're good.
Yeah.
So they're spreading it out.
Yeah.
But they still have more at that level than any other team.
The way they do the salary cap is kind of neat. Are you familiar with how, whenever a Walmart pops up somewhere, there's always an Applebee's in the parking lot?
I have not thought about
Okay,
that.
well, it's a thing.
Yeah.
So Applebee's doesn't do their own site scouting.
They just follow.
They just follow Walmart. So what the 49ers do is they do exactly the opposite of whatever the Cowboys do with their cap.
Wicked smart.
Yeah, so if the Cowboys are like, we're going to sign a quarterback for a lot of money who sucks, they're like, well, we're going to sign a good quarterback for a little bit of money. And then they just keep doing deals like that.
Well, good for them.
So do you remember when the Cowboys were like, we should sign a guy like a world beater like Ezekiel Elliott from the Patriots?
No, I don't remember any of that.
But instead, the 49ers are like, we'll go with Christian McCaffrey.
Oh.
Does that ring a bell?
I don't follow it that close.
Yeah. Do you remember whenever CeeDee Lamb?
Who's that?
Yeah. Good point. Never mind. Yeah, he's just.
I mean, a savvy move by the Cowboys is they're paying Ezekiel Elliott way under his market value because another team's still paying him from his last contract. That's still the Cowboys.
Oh,
they're paying him twice.
He may have a good year.
Who?
Ezekiel.
Nope.
Compared to
last year,
all the other running backs.
Okay.
I mean, the Cowboys. Well, I mean, how good a year does he need to have? Because they're going to the Super Bowl.
Anyway. Yeah, 10-7, finish second place to the Eagles, win your wild card game, and then lose to a real team. I think that's a good season.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
That's all I want from my Packers this year.
The one team that reports revenues in the NFL reported them, so we'll kind of give you an idea of what NFL teams made last season as the Green Bay Packers. They have to be public
legally,
so they're public.
I wonder who's first.
Well, there's no list, brother. It's only the Packers report. No one else has to.
There's no list of which teams made the most money last year?
It doesn't work like that. Yeah. So because they're all privately owned except for the Packers, so only the Packers have to report revenue. So
how do we know that the Cowboys are the most valuable franchise?
Forbes.
Yeah, that's Forbes. That's a valuation.
That's a valuation. Those are estimates.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take the evaluations of them last year and then do the subtraction from the evaluations this year, and then we'll take the difference.
I think we're talking about two different things.
Wildly different things.
Yeah, we're talking about vastly different things. And we'll make sure that is clear whenever we get back from the break.
You're incorrect.
2 minutes. About what?
Everything.
About this scenario that Isaiah just invented.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
I mean, nobody's debating that the Cowboys are the number one franchise.
No, but
Thank
they
you,
don't.
Steve.
They don't have
Thank
to
you.
report their revenues. That's
because we know already.
Yeah.
Because we know already. Yeah.
No one knows.
No one knows.
Besides Forbes.
No, they don't have that.
They're
That's just
estimating.
a
They are making.
evaluation of the team.
Ooh.
They're making
Life on the
educated
line.
guesses.
Life on the line. Which franchise made the most last year? Take a guess. Life on the line.
Real Madrid.
2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, live from the Duke Store. It's been a banger of a day. Big thank you to Summer Willis, who joined us earlier, the owner of 66 Diner. Talked to her at length about milkshakes, blue plate specials, and the history of the diner. Check they out regularly. We also introduced our new blue plate special announcement of the day, which was a fun little segment. So that's the thing we're going to do daily moving forward. And big thank you to Steve Palmisano of the Albuquerque Duke Store for having us on a Wednesday.
Thanks for being here.
Best one you had in a long time?
I always enjoy you guys.
That's nice.
I like it here on a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday.
I get bummed out on a hump day because the week's only halfway
Yeah.
over, but I get to do it here, and it makes it so much easier, so much more palatable.
That's one of those therapy tricks they give you where it's set a fun activity for Wednesday.
Yes, and take a cold shower every Wednesday morning.
That's what
Right, Zay?
Rest of the week.
That's what they say.
Yes. Ask your therapist about cold showers, friend of the show.
If you, friend of the show, have a therapist that endorses this cold shower mentality, seek an actual medical provider.
Yeah.
And guidance from them.
Not named Fretzlow.
Do not take medical advice from this show in any capacity.
Specifically Fretzlow.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is
That's a big one.
Yeah, this is not the venue.
Yes.
Not since all those things Van said about COVID.
Now hold on. I was dead right on all those.
What? When I had COVID on this show, Van didn't tell anyone on air. And then I came back from the show, but my voice didn't work. And people were like, does COVID change your voice? And the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
It did. Yeah.
How did it not work?
How did not what work?
Your voice.
It was different.
Was it like Kermit the Frog?
It was nasally. Yeah, a little more nasally.
It was nasally, both nasally and scratchy.
Yeah.
It was fastly approaching Fran Drescher, but it stopped
Patrick
in
Mahomes.
the masculine range.
And there was no
yes, it's Mahomes,
Yeah.
Mahomesian, if you will.
Yeah.
And I couldn't sustain it. So I couldn't talk for periods of time.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, and then I would die.
That's because you were out of breath.
Yes, my lungs didn't work.
It wasn't your vocal cords.
No, they didn't work either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everything was bad.
I'll be super transparent here. I'm glad you didn't die.
Yeah.
But I had to work so hard.
Yeah, that
in your
sucked for you
absence.
for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was awful.
But
my goodness. And then you came back and you were worse than before. Like, oh my God, what's going on here?
I'm glad you didn't die either. But
I remember the first day I came in to train, Van, you were going solo. You were just rocking out solo. And I don't think the producer at the time was too into the show, like helping you out, and you were just solo doing the whole entire show. So this guy's it's impressive.
Thank you.
It's not easy.
It is not easy being sitting here by yourself and talking smack for 3 hours.
It's real impressive to me, though, how you couldn't find a single individual in this community in the sports or sports adjacent world to support you on this program in a co-hosting capacity for the one day that I ever have to miss the show.
So I like doing it by myself. It's a nice challenge. It's good
Yeah.
practice, honing my skills.
Poor audience.
Sharpening your blade.
Steve Palmisano's right there, though. Like, just reach out.
I mean,
well, the next day I had friends of the show on.
Oh,
let's make that very
friends
clear.
of the show.
Oh, interesting.
Not Steve, but friends of the show.
Hey, guys, it's Van
Oh,
Nunley.
hey.
We're going to open up the phone lines here and talk about The Wire.
Yeah.
Oh, you beat me to it.
I
we
mean,
did 3 hours of The Wire.
You were
We did
gone,
3
you were
hours.
gone a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Dan had to do it by himself a couple times.
Did he
But
reach out to
But he
you?
didn't do it by himself because he had friends of the show.
Yeah, that I set up
Yeah, that I
remotely.
Right. I didn't ever. I don't.
Well, none
I
of
kept
this is
checking my
true
text
whatsoever.
From
I
my
kept checking
dad's
my
funeral, I
call,
set up.
my phone.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Van
mean,
couldn't. He refused to,
He
actually.
didn't even nothing.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
said, I will do it. He was like, brother, what can I do for you to support you during
there's-
these trying times? Not work related, he put in parentheses.
Other friends
Yeah.
of the show. There's FOS and then there's OFOS.
Other
Correct.
friends of the
Yeah,
show.
I'm in the other
OFOTs.
friends.
The
Yeah.
OFOTs.
Yeah.
OG Fots.
Yeah.
The original.
Mhm.
I mean, that one caller did say Steve has a great voice for radio.
This
Yeah.
was weeks ago, and you're
remember.
holding on to
I,
that.
think I still
I
didn't get
remember.
any
It
nothing
happened.
for that. Yeah.
You didn't get what for that?
Nothing. I got nothing. I didn't get an invite. I mean, I have to invite you guys here to be on the show.
Oh.
I know it's sad.
Steve, you can meet us every day.
No,
Like, you're a busy guy.
no.
Don't you dare gaslight me into thinking that you can't hang out every day if you wanted to.
I'll start showing up.
The Green Bay Packers.
No, one day's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Van, as an owner of the Green Bay Packers,
Yes.
All right.
Multiple shares.
yeah, I'm going to need you to act quickly on these numbers I'm giving you.
When I say multiple, I mean 2.
The Packers generated a revenue of $654 million during the
Check my bank account.
2023
What was
season.
my cut?
The
Hold
total
on 1 second.
Is 7.2% greater than last year's $610 million. Breaking that down, my friend, that is international business was $402.3 million. So think of that as shared media rights.
Mhm.
And then it was just over $400 million from the league office. So it's 13. If you do the math, that's $13 billion spread amongst 32 teams. This report every year is the thing that the NFLPA drools for.
Sure.
This is what they argue revenues and expenses versus, and this is what I think individual owners dread because they can no longer say they can't operate a team under these circumstances.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like when you're a kid and when dad's payday is, and he said he can't buy you that soda pop at the gas station. You're like,
Mhm.
Dad, the Packers let out a report today. I know you got paid.
So what was the number? The total number?
The total number is $654 million, and
was
that's
for the year?
combined. Yeah, that's combined. So that's their local revenue and their international revenue, or national revenue. So think the smaller number, the 250. That's from local TV, preseason football, when they host the draft next year. Some merchandise sales, and then the $402 million that they got. That's from media rights distribution in the NFL.
So that's like 1 month of the Cowboys.
Could be. Yeah.
We'll never know.
We'll never
Thanks.
know because
Thanks,
we
Steve.
know. Oh, we know.
Oh yeah, we know.
Well,
We
their
know.
thing's different though, because Jerry Jones owns like their building and
Yeah.
their trash service.
Their parking.
Yeah, he
and their
only
meters.
cares about business, does not care about winning. So he definitely has that figured out.
That's evident.
Steve Palmasato, the Duke Store. Final words.
Thanks for being here.
Van.
Hey, come see us at Sadie's tomorrow and listen to the opening drive tomorrow morning.
Isaiah back at the studio. Mid.
Get us a running back, Jerry. Fred, you're mid as well.
Good job, everyone. GG.
See you tomorrow, Burke.
Keep breathing.